Hello and welcome to the A1GP end of season review. Over the past 8 months we've seen some fantastic racing and outstanding overtaking, so let's see how these guys got on.
And it all started in Europe, in the Netherlands. It all begins in a country that took the series to heart from the outset. The Netherlands fans travelled the world, and now A1GP has come to their backyard. Amsterdam is just down the road, but the focus today is on the circuit at Zandvoort. And qualifying saw South Africa take pole position for the very first race of the year. Team USA qualified in 6th place. Further on down the grid, the host nation qualified in 8th position. Switzerland were further down than some had expected pre-season. They were 11th on the grid, and Brazil only 16th after their fine efforts in the first season. Greece also made their debut in A1GP World Cup of Motorsport. It's the start of the race, and Adrian Zhao for South Africa has made an excellent getaway here. Mexico going with him, and Salvador Duran, with all the experience of the first season, has gone very deep into the first corner to take the lead. But has he gone too wide? Maybe he has more problems further back. That's Italy in trouble, middle of the pack. I'm not sure they're going to be going from there very quickly.
Well, that was a tough start for Zhao because he'd never done a rolling start before. Duran got the advantage, but Adotaz and Zhao came back and stamped his authority.
So South Africa leading at the moment, beginning to pull away. We've got problems down there though. Indonesia spun. India on the grass as well, and Nanda Mikula trying to reclaim the tarmac, and India I think may well be stuck there for the moment. France now pushing Mexico, looking for second place here. Nicolas Lapierre for Team France, winner of so many races in the first season of A1GP. South Africa has never won a race, and they're in great shape. Meanwhile, Indonesia has made contact with Singapore. And Mikula's having an exciting time of it. Singapore may well be out there, I think. And Switzerland coming down the inside of the Netherlands.
He had been ahead of the Netherlands. Where he lost that position, we didn't see that, but Netherlands back ahead of Switzerland, running just behind Canada.
Looking back from Switzerland at Netherlands now, and back up front. Meanwhile, this is the race for second place. Mexico's Salvador Duran, another race winner from the first season of A1GP. So far, so good for him, fending off Team France. Out in front, though, and looking set for victory is South Africa. A historic win for South Africa, the first race of the second season of A1GP. It goes to the youngster Adrian Zhao, second to Mexico, third to France, and fourth to Germany. And what a special moment it is for South Africa to take victory here.
As a 19-year-old, he's rewriting history. And, to get pole position like this for the sprint race, and now he's ready for the main race, is good. But I told him, don't pace, don't try to outstrip yourself. Just enjoy, do what, you enjoy the most, which is driving. I'm sure everybody's happy with him back in South Africa.
So the winner of the first race of the season is South Africa, and certainly Adrian Zhao has burst onto the A1GP scene very impressively. Mexico second, France in third, Germany took fourth place, Great Britain with Darren Manning in fifth, then New Zealand in sixth, ahead of the United States. Canada's James Hinchcliffe eighth, and then ninth place for the Netherlands. Switzerland finished in 10th. Fastest lap went to the race winner, South Africa. Well, it is a tremendous amount of support we've got here this weekend, and we're looking forward to the feature race. South Africa on pole for this one. Some to watch out for, perhaps Switzerland starting from 9th place. Sebastian Buemi's shown good pace. China, Kongfu Cheng starting from 12th place. Michael Devaney for Ireland, he's in 15th position. We'll see if he can move up in this feature race.
Gentlemen, for the pride of your nation, start your engines.
Away we go then in the feature race at Zandvoort. Poor start, I think, for South Africa. Yeah, it is Mexico who makes a much better start. New Zealand bobbing around in the background, looking for a way through, and Great Britain trying to go around the outside at Tarzan. But Mexico it is that takes the edge. France, I think, moving into second place. Great Britain pushed back to fourth. Off goes to South Africa. Adrian Zhao, the winner of the first race, straight into the wall. Looked like he'd already picked up some damage before that happened. And the Dutch are getting happy because Jeroen Bleekemolen is on the move, trying to climb up the order. Mexico leading France and Germany. These three easing away just a little bit from this next group. Great Britain in there. Czech Republic in trouble, battle up front. Mexico has made a mistake and run wide.
He did, he made the same mistake in the first race, in the sprint race, ran too wide, and Nicolas Lapierre didn't need a second invitation, and once he is in the lead, he will just drive away.
France leading then, Mexico now having to fend off from Germany, but Thomas Koska out of the Czech Republic car. That's very disappointing for him. On board with Great Britain, and look, we've got Mexico just ahead of the British car. That means that Germany has gone ahead into second position. Pit stops being made already, and Netherlands coming in for a pretty early pit stop. They're going straight back onto another set of slick tyres. As Noor Ali spun a moment ago, that was just a few seconds ago, trying to come in the pit lane, I think. So France leading, Germany in second, but a tremendous tussle behind. New Zealand on the outside there, Canada in the middle, China's in there as well. All very tight as the, and somebody's off into the gravel on, it looks like Lebanon, down at Tarzan, and the rain's beginning to fall now. That's going to make life even more difficult. And Anna Mikkola for Indonesia, he gets down the inside of the Australian car. Conditions certainly not getting any easier out there at the moment. Great Britain having to defend from the Netherlands. Here comes Jeroen Bleekemolen. He's going to challenge on the outside. Now there's a trick you can play here if you know the track. Bleekemolen knows it better than anyone. He's right round the outside. Oh, that's absolutely superb, and the fans lap it up. Now in the pits, Team Ireland, they're putting wet tyres on. Great Britain in for their second stop. They're putting wets on. Look at the rain. France staying out on slicks so far, but they're sliding all over the place, and they've decided they cannot stay out in these conditions on slicks any longer. But have they left it a little too late? It could well be the case. USA staying out there, and Great Britain off. Darren Manning's run out of grit there, and he's run right out into the gravel trap. So United States leading on slick tyres, the only front-running team not to come in, and surely can't grip the road. Yeah, look, France on the wet tyres has managed to go ahead. Now Germany going through as well. And the United States, I wonder if this ploy has backfired on them, because they cannot keep these other guys behind. But it has stopped raining. It has stopped raining, and the track actually is beginning to dry up a little bit. So USA, if they stay out there, might still be in good shape. India's taken a bit of a wild ride there. We're riding on board with Team Germany, and they're on the challenge here as well. Closing up on France. Netherlands right there too, though, and the home fans are going crazy again. Here comes Bleekemolen around the outside, as he did earlier on. He's using that wet line to best effect. Can he hold it? Yes, he can. Oh, another great piece of overtaking from Jeroen Bleekemolen. Germany does not want to give up the place, but is forced to in the end, and look at the atmosphere down there in the Dutch pit. Now it's the battle for the lead. France versus the Netherlands. Germany still tucked in behind. The track is drying up a little bit, but you can see how slippery it is in places. France getting well out of shape. No traction control on an A1GP car. It's all down to the driver's right foot. And here comes the Netherlands again. His favourite overtaking opportunity. Down the outside, around the hairpin at Tarzan. He's done it. He's taken the lead. And the Netherlands leading on home turf. We've never had a home winner in A1GP. Netherlands could be the first to do it. Into second goes Germany. So that's a good move for Germany. And France decided to come in. A few cars in now. And in fact, France showing that out on slick tyres, it's pretty tricky out there. The track only just beginning to dry off. Germany deciding to come in now. Oh, but it looks as though it's all over for France. France out of the race. Netherlands still leading on their wet tyres. But you've got USA on his slick tyres that he had earlier on.
And Bleekemolen not about to give up the lead, but forced to concede. But watch Germany behind. Valkenburg going to dive down to the inside. Can he do it into 5? Wisely, he chooses not.
So USA now under extreme pressure from Germany. Here comes Germany. His tyres are fresher, remember. He's got more grip. Germany now takes the lead. And USA is pushed back to second. He stayed on those slick tyres for so long. But ultimately, it's Germany that have played the tactics perfectly. Hulkenberg wins for Germany. Second place goes to USA. And Australia's taken third on the final lap. Australia takes third, and the Netherlands finishes in fourth. Well, Jeroen Bleekemolen, one of the heroes, no doubt, here in the Netherlands. Some of those moves to take the lead early on were absolutely outstanding, but ultimately, staying on the wet tyres, it hurt him because he finished down in fourth position. Early race leader Mexico finished in fifth place ahead of Italy and Great Britain, followed by Switzerland, China and Indonesia.
Did you ever think that after that situation, when you were wrong-footed when the safety car came in, that you could actually end up on the podium or win the race?
Not really. And when the track dries up, for my second pit stop, I didn't have any overview over the field. I didn't know where I was, and then I got a call from the radio from my engineer, and he said, "You're P1, okay, well done." And yeah, that's it.
Phil Giebler, you're the most courageous man I've seen here this weekend to stay out on a racetrack, absolutely saturated on slicks, when others around you were falling off on wet weather tyres.
Yeah, it was a really difficult race, and I just had to give it up to my team for trusting my choice for staying out. And I knew the weather would blow by quite quick, and luckily it went our way. So it took some balls and it took a lot of luck, but it worked out. And I got to thank the team and Team USA. I'm grateful for putting me in the car, and I'm glad I could provide a podium for them.
Ron, you pinched the place, that last podium place, off the local hero Jerome Bleekemolen. I bet you feel sorry for him today.
I know, they were telling me he was third. I was coming around the last lap and they said, you're about 8 seconds quicker than him. He's on wets and this is the last lap.
You may not get out of here tonight, my friend.
And I'm looking at the crowd and it's all orange and I'm like, is it the right thing to pass this guy for third? But had to do it. Sorry, Holland.
Now we've travelled east to the city of Brno in the Czech Republic, the cultural hub of the South Moravian region and home to over 1 million people. It became an industrial powerhouse in the 18th and 19th centuries and features fantastic medieval as well as modernist architecture. It also has a rich heritage of motorsport and now it's host to A1GP. On the grid, it's New Zealand and Germany on the front row, but China, one of the stars of qualifying. Kong Fu Cheng, 4th on the grid. Watch out for the USA, one of the stars of Zandvoort, 6th on the grid for this one. Switzerland back in 9th place. Towards the back, Ireland starting from 18th position. And we've also got India in 19th place. And the Greek team lining up on 21st position. The sprint race gets underway here in Brno, and it's the... Oh, we've got a car off!
Contact!
Straight into the barrier there for Team Germany. And my goodness, he clashed with his fellow front row man, New Zealand, and it's real drama at the start of the race here in Brno. There's damage to New Zealand's car as well.
Nico Hülkenberg out of the car.
And the two teams who qualified on the front row have taken each other off.
Ireland going round the outside of Australia. Michael Devaney gets that pass made. He just says, I'm going to wring this car's neck, and if I get performance, then I'll move forward.
Well, the rest of the action is taking place out on track. There's still a lot of concern in the pits there for the New Zealand car. It's Malaysia that leads. Good races going on further back. South Africa trying to get into the mix here with Australia. But Nico Hülkenberg walking back after that dramatic-looking accident with New Zealand at the start. South Africa just managing to squeeze through there, but Malaysia having it all pretty easy up front. They made a good clean start, avoided the dramas. Oh, South Africa out. Some sort of problem just on the closing stages. Malaysia come through to win. Second place goes to Canada. Third goes to France. And then China get their best ever result in A1GP. Fourth place for Kong Fu, for Frankie Cheng, as he's known. After a great effort in qualifying, he's raced hard too. So Alex Young picks up the gold medal for victory here in Brno. It's also a first podium for James Hinchcliffe.
Feeling absolutely phenomenal, you know, to get, it's only our second race here, second event, I guess, with the Team Canada team, and for us to come here and get a podium is just a great way to start things off, for sure.
So Malaysia, the winner of the sprint race, Canada second, France in third, and that excellent fourth place for China. Now the Czech Republic could be in good shape for the feature race. Thomas Enger finished 5th there, so that's where he'll line up on the grid, ahead of the USA. Mexico only 7th, Switzerland 8th. Great Britain with some work to do from 9th position, and Tuca Rocha for Brazil. He finished 10th in the sprint race, and so he'll be hoping for some points in the feature race. Malaysia not only won the race, they took fastest lap. Well, it's build-up time as we get ready for the feature race here in Brno. Can Malaysia make it 2 out of 2? That's what they'll be aiming for. From pole position on the grid, they'll be hoping to get away well. But there's a number of teams who could make a difference. And remember, the obligatory pit stop and the tactics involved in the race can make all the difference. A little further down the order, Australia have plenty to do. They're coming from 20th on the grid. Away we go then, the start. We've got yellow flags. Somebody stalled on the line there, but I think everybody's managed to get going cleanly. It's a good start from Canada. Not such a good start from Malaysia. Mexico squeezing up into third. The United States in fourth place. China getting tucked in there as well. But Canada celebrating a very, very good start. James Hinchcliffe managing to ease away from Alex Young on that start. But problems for Singapore already. As you can see the battle here between Brazil and Germany. Brazil gets down the inside.
And New Zealand takes advantage of that as well. He slides up inside Germany. Germany comes back.
Germany and New Zealand both coming from the back of the grid after that accident in the first race. And Germany now trying to get past Brazil. He's going to try and sweep around the outside of the left-hander. It looks as though he may well have done that. Graham Rahal driving for Team Lebanon. He qualified pretty well, wants to get the first points for Lebanon. He's tucked in behind this little group as well. And still, Germany and New Zealand, well, they may have collected each other in that first race, but there's nothing to stop them racing here in New Zealand. Slip past Germany. France in trouble. What's happened to France? Nicolas Lapierre's going slowly. Well, I'm not sure what's happened there. Looks as though he's lost drive or something. Team Greece involved in A1GP this year, of course, and getting an experience for what it's like to race in these evenly matched cars. Germany coming back at New Zealand. Oh, that was a repeat almost of what New Zealand did to them earlier. And Germany now managing to squeeze Brazil out of the way. Side-by-side racing, Brazil trying to come back at them. Took a Rocha for Brazil, can't quite keep Nico Hulkenberg behind. And now he's got the New Zealand car of Johnny Reid also going ahead. And these guys fighting out for the lower positions in the top 10 at the moment. But that means some important points on offer. Took a Rocha, still trying to keep New Zealand behind, but I think Johnny Reid's got the move made here. Yes, he has. And Team Switzerland following as well. Into the pits, Thomas Enger, the Czech Republic. They need a decent stop. Oh, there's problems for USA. Wheel spinning, couldn't get the wheel off. Canada's back out. Now that should keep Canada in front, but USA's lost a lot of time in the pit lane here. Pakistan's off. Looks as though he may have just pulled off to the side of the road. Race leader in. So where is Malaysia going to come back out? Looks as though he's going to rejoin in second. Meanwhile, Thomas Enger of the Czech Republic had a great pit stop there. Look, he's now running ahead of Italy. It's effectively brought him out in third position. New Zealand still on the fight back up the order, now trying to get past Kung Fu Cheng of China. China going a bit wide there. That gives New Zealand the opportunity to go through. The Dutch car getting on the power boost, and Jeroen Bleekemolen wants a part of this as well. He wants to try and nip through if possible. Can he find the space? That's not easy.
He's using power boost. He's got that extra 30 horsepower. He says not this time.
Denied then once again, Team Netherlands. Oh, and off is Greece. So it looks as though their race is run. Meanwhile, we're back with the race leaders, and it's pretty tight up front. Took a Rocha, made a mistake. Brazil in trouble, he rejoins. But let's keep an eye on what's happening up front, because Alex Young is getting a little closer now to the race leader. Meanwhile, Germany on a charge.
Alex Young, I think, is beginning that march forward. Now, for the first time, the realistic opportunity that Alex Young might start to look very racy, get alongside into turn 3, and go around the outside. He falls back in line. Can he make the switch back on the exit? We saw that James Halliday was very strong when he had that challenge 2 laps ago.
And Malaysia has to again go take the wider line. Hitched it very, very good off turn 4. There's no doubt, though, that Canada is struggling a little bit. Malaysia's got a bit more pace here.
Can he go down the inside into turn 8?
He's got Malaysia side by side with Canada.
Contact!
They touch. Canada spins off, and Malaysia takes the lead.
Well, that was a battle that we consider. He may still retain second place.
Well, he can try to hold second place, but he's got a bit of a problem now because his tyres are dirty. And here comes the Czech Republic car to claim second place. Surely Thomas Enger's got alongside. Can he complete the manoeuvre? Late on the brakes. He's got more grip from his tyres. And the home fans enjoying this. The Czech Republic on home soil, up into second place. Canada loses another place. Mexico gets past, and now he's got Germany bearing down on him as well. There's some smiles in the Mexican camp, and here comes Team Germany looking for the outside manoeuvre.
And all of a sudden, the race fans here in Brno have woken up. They realise that their man, Thomas Enger, the local boy, although he lives 250 kilometres from here, is about to take a podium position.
New Zealand also on the attack, trying to get past Great Britain there. Not quite able to do so. That's the battle for 6th, but the win goes to Malaysia. Second place to the Czech Republic, and Alex Young has done the double here today. The Czech Republic, though, that's the best ever finish for a home nation on its own track, and Czech Republic fans are loving this. Look, Thomas Enger's going to do a little bit of a donut display for them, and that's only to be expected after a great result for the home team. So Alex Young celebrates victory, a double win today.
It was a long race, and I've driven those sort of races for quite often. I've been racing cars for 15 years. So it was really fun for me actually to go to Brno and track down the Canada car for that win.
Malaysia took the win then from the Czech Republic and Mexico, with Germany coming from the back of the grid to finish in 4th place. Canada, earlier race leader, dropped down to finish in 5th. Great Britain in 6th, ahead of New Zealand, also who came from the back. China lost out a bit. They finished 4th in the first race, but 8th in the second. The Netherlands was 9th, and Team Switzerland finished in 10th place. Now we've arrived in Asia, close to the Great Wall of China, for a race on an all-new street circuit in the capital city, Beijing. Around 15 million people live in the whole municipality, and medieval architecture such as the Temple of Heaven and the Forbidden City stand close to the gleaming office spires of this still expanding metropolis, the cultural and political centre of China. And the grid saw the Netherlands on pole position. An excellent effort by Jeroen Bleekemolen ahead of Mexico. Oliver Jarvis was making his debut for Great Britain and he lined up in 8th. Matt Halliday was driving for New Zealand on this occasion, and Malaysia, who'd been so successful last time out, qualified all the way down in 14th place on the grid. The start of the sprint race, and it's been done under safety car. They've all been single file, so hopefully they'll be clean around this first lap. Team Netherlands leading, Mexico second, Italy hounding in third. And we're now riding on board with second place.
And Italy is using its power boost to try and find a way past Mexico as they run down into the hairpin bend.
So Mexico still trying to chase after the Netherlands. Italy running in third place. You're watching from the Mexican car, close up to the walls around the streets of Beijing, and out have gone South Africa and Ireland. Down at the hairpin, you can see that with the safety car coming in, the Netherlands has really made a good restart.
Toland, the Netherlands have got the advantage. Look at that bump in the middle of turn 11.
So the Netherlands leading, second place Mexico, Italy in third, then Canada and Germany. Watching the bumps here, Oliver Jarvis for Great Britain, followed by the Czech Republic, Switzerland and New Zealand, all flashing past the concrete walls. And look at the bumps and the way that it affects the Jeroen Bleekemolen, bouncing up and down in the seat of his A1GP car. But he's driving absolutely superbly, and it's towards the end now. The checker flag is out, and the Dutch team take their second ever win in A1GP. It's the first for Jeroen Bleekemolen. He backs up the victory that Jos Verstappen enjoyed in South Africa in the first season.
Starting from pole is a big advantage, of course, but first you have to do it in the end to win the race. So I think we, all the time after the start and after the safety car, the second time we could pull a small gap and then control it a little bit. So yeah, it was going really well.
So the win in the sprint race goes to the Netherlands ahead of Mexico and Italy. Canada in a strong fourth place ahead of Germany. And the final points finisher in the sprint race, Brazil with Rafael Matos. Just outside the points, Great Britain, and then the Czech Republic with Switzerland in a rather disappointing 9th place, and New Zealand, Matt Halliday in 10th position. Mexico ended up with the fastest lap. So cars now being prepared for the longer feature race. It's going to be so easy to make a mistake and clip the walls. Everybody is going to be entirely focused on the job in hand. And this is how they line up. The Netherlands on pole from Mexico, Italy and Canada. Now watch out for New Zealand starting 10th. Matt Halliday's a bit of a renowned street fighter. The USA starting 11th, so they've got a little bit of work to do from there. India down in 18th place, Pakistan and South Africa at the back.
Gentlemen, for the pride of your nations, start your engines!
The feature race underway under green flag conditions. Again, it's a single file start to make sure that they stay out of trouble on the early laps here. And once again, Bleekemolen has made the most of that. He's opened up an advantage over Mexico and Italy, with Canada, Germany and Brazil tucking in behind. Great Britain not far back either. And here, oh look, Italy's got past Mexico. So something's happened there. Italy up into second position, and there's an opportunity for someone else. Look, he touched the wall.
Hinchcliffe goes down the inside, he takes that position. Now Nico Hülkenberg from Germany, he wants to get past. It'll be difficult, it'll be impossible to try and do it into the chicane.
So Canada, Mexico and then Germany. It's all still pretty tight out there. So now we've got Italy into second. Germany's going down the inside. Will he get round the hairpin? It's going to be tight.
Brazil bumps into the back of Germany. Mexico and, well,
very, very tight through there. Brazil ends up losing out, and Great Britain trying to get alongside to make the levels.
But look, he's going absolutely almost as straight as possible across the chicane.
Early pit stops being made, and that includes Italy coming in from second place. Netherlands has stopped already. They get out. They'll be trying to retain the lead, but some cars have not yet stopped. Germany making an early pit stop by the looks of things as well, and Great Britain coming in early, but there are one or two teams who've decided to stay out there, so this is going to put different nations on different strategies. Problem at Team USA. Oh, it's all gone wrong for the USA here in Beijing. They're not going to get a decent result out of this, I don't think. Germany out ahead of Italy. But remember, Canada leading this race from Brazil because they haven't made their pit stops yet. Canada in front, but Brazil having a go down the inside of the hairpin, slipping and sliding. Matos keeps it under control, but he can't stop Canada retaking the top spot. China's gone out. China maybe hit that curb too hard, and Indonesia with damage as well. Must have hit a wall somewhere. Yep, you can see in the background he clouted the concrete, and you don't get away with that too often. Brazil into the pits, a late pit stop then from Brazil, completely different strategy, and we're still waiting for Canada to make their pit stop, and this is surely going to drop them way down the order. Canada still pushing mightily hard, and Hinchcliffe's been so fast. He's in now, but this is going to drop Canada right back. Oh, off gone Netherlands. Netherlands out. Looks like Bleekemolen's made a mistake.
We're coming down to the turn 4. What happened? What caused the Netherlands car to get out of control? Well, that didn't do it. There's no contact from what we could see.
Very difficult to see whether there was any contact. Dave Stubbs there couldn't believe to see the Netherlands car off. Oh, Jeroen Bleekemolen cannot believe it. He looked as though he was going to win 2 races here in Beijing. It means that Italy is now looking great because Germany, I was just going to say, where's Germany? Well, Germany's in the pits. He's got a problem as well. Would you believe it? He had taken the lead. Now Italy's in front. What's gone wrong for Nico Hulkenberg?
I came up to turn 4 in 5th gear and then I wanted to downshift, but I think the gearbox is broken and I cannot shift anymore.
And at the same time, Bleekemolen had obviously lost his lead to spinning in that turn.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with him, but my car was very good. I was very quick and I could have won this race.
Australia and France coming down towards the hairpin. You can see that Canada's trying to regain some of that lost ground from a different pit stop strategy, and Czech Republic down the inside of South Africa. Thomas Enger squeaks through, but can he hold it? Oh, they almost clash wheels on the way out of the corner, and South Africa, I think, is going to reclaim the spot once again. Good clean racing, though, between these two. Look at them sliding all over the place. Oh, Czech Republic almost in the wall there. Problems for Malaysia, though.
France and Canada collide. Canada's in the wall. James Hinchcliffe's race is all over.
Oh, let's just take a look at what happened. Canada was on the outside, and I think it just went wide for him.
Let's have a look at it again as they come down side by side into turn 2. France on the inside, they've got track position. Well, James tried to go the long way round. He was too ambitious, and there was the contact and the second slap into the wall.
Here comes Italy then. Italy is going to win in Beijing. They've survived where so many others haven't. Enrico Toccacello takes the Italians' first win in the series.
My feeling was really good with the car. I really found a good car, good setup. But anyway, I was really fast during the race, so I was optimistic.
Oliver Jarvis records a podium on his debut for Great Britain. Karl Reindler, a superb effort for Australia, and France up from 17th on the grid to finish in 4th place. Brazil finished 7th, but just behind them, Singapore with a couple of points to celebrate, 3 points in fact, for their 8th place finish, courtesy of Christian Murchison. Now we've arrived in Malaysia, to the thriving city of Kuala Lumpur, where the country's economic success mixes comfortably with the busy, everyday life of the predominantly Chinese population. Malaysia is largely a Muslim nation, but there's freedom of religion, and mosques and Hindu temples share the space between towering symbols of financial power. And it's Switzerland that's taken pole position for the sprint race here in Malaysia. The Dutch team, they've lined up 6th place. USA down in 10th position. Ireland 13th, courtesy of Michael Devaney. India, with Arman Abraham driving, starting 18th. The start of the sprint race here in Malaysia, and it's a good start for Yanni for Switzerland. But now they're getting a good run. We're on board with Malaysia. Malaysia diving down the inside, trying to gain a place. Switzerland leading into the first corner. Great Britain in the middle there, and it's punching up front. Switzerland, New Zealand and Germany trying to go around the outside. Germany up into 2nd place. Problems, though, for the Czech Republic, also for Indonesia. Oh, and Italy crabbing their way down the pit lane. Switzerland leads from Germany and New Zealand. Further back, great battle between Australia, on board with Australia. South Africa trying to go around the outside, locks up, goes straight on. Not sure they even made the corner. Now, looking at the start of the race once again here, Switzerland chased by New Zealand. There was contact between New Zealand and Germany. Bit of a bash between the two cars as they headed round that first corner. Switzerland managed to get in front, Germany in 2nd, New Zealand slotted into 3rd, and Malaysia into 4th.
Sean
Move from
McIntosh.
Sean McIntosh.
Yes, down the inside of Netherlands. Can he get it done? Because Netherlands is going to try and go around the outside, and he's done it. So he's regained the advantage. Good move by McIntosh, but he couldn't get the momentum back up again now into the aerodynamic slipstream. Last year he clipped his nose by running too close to a car he was trying to pass. Go round the outside this time, McIntosh. No, well, he's going to... No, he can't get it done.
Oh, another battle going on between India and Singapore, trying to get a bit further up the finishing order here. Christian Murchison, is he going to tuck in? Oh, he locks up a break there. It's very, very tight between these two. And Singapore not quite able to get through yet, but coming around to complete the race, it's Switzerland that's going to take victory in the sprint race. Germany coming home in second position, and New Zealand a solid third place for them. Malaysia in the background, home nation, finishes in fourth. So it's Neil Yarni who takes the win. He had victory in the first season of A1GP, that was in Dubai, but now he's taken victory here in Malaysia. The gold medal to Yarni.
Nico was always in distance, but I just tried to keep it clean and constant and not trying to push too hard, and it worked out.
The result of the sprint race then, Switzerland from Germany and New Zealand. Malaysia are in good shape for the feature, starting on the second row, ahead of Great Britain. France in sixth place, ahead of the Netherlands. And Canada's Sean McIntosh, he'll start 8th for that feature race. USA 9th, and China in 10th position. Fastest lap went to New Zealand's Johnny Reid, 1:53.3. But conditions are changing here. It may not be that they're going to make any better faster laps in the feature race. Look at the weather. We've got a tropical rainstorm here, and that has completely changed things. So the grid lines up as they finish that sprint race, but in completely different conditions. Now, maybe that's going to favour some nations over others. This depends on driver experience and on tactics as well. And we'll have to see how everybody deals with what could be a very treacherous track surface. Feature race underway then, and it's Switzerland who leads from Germany.
Nico Hülkenberg got under the rear wing, but pulled out. He couldn't see. He's staying in the wing. Is he going to try and go down the inside? No, he's using his brain.
Down to the first corner. Oh, there's a contact there between Mexico and Australia.
Oh, no, Hülkenberg being very brave, coming down through turn 3, trying to get a run on Switzerland. But again, the spray coming off the tires of Switzerland unsighted him, and he could have been in big trouble. He's through. He's gone through.
Germany's taken the lead. Nico Hülkenberg is in front.
Neil Yarni did not expect a manoeuvre like that from the young German, but with this young German you've got to expect everything, and that is why he's been such an impressive driver here in A1GP.
Battles continue further back, and South Africa now getting past China. China struggling a little bit in these conditions, I would say, and now it's Ireland's turn to put China under pressure as well. Ireland trying to retake that spot from China, but it's so difficult in the spray to identify your braking points. They've got through cleanly and gained the position. Out in front, remember, it's still a good race with Germany leading this one. Netherlands now coming under some pressure as well here. That's Sean McIntosh for Canada joining in.
Watch Kerr coming up round the outside. He can do this in these wet weather conditions. Now can he get his car underneath the Malaysia car and get the drive as they go down this second long straight before the final corner, turn 15.
Yeah, that was good tactics from Robbie Kerr, using the road extremely well, and Malaysia have lost fourth place. Malaysia definitely struggling for grip here, although France having to go over the curb.
What are you doing, Nicolas Lapierre?
Contact.
As we see, France now makes its way past to another loss of position. Malaysia down to sixth place, France up to fifth.
Now here's another one. Great Britain trying to make a move on New Zealand up towards the outside. It's tight between them. He might get a good exit, but of course he's on the outside for the next corner. This is great racing, and now Great Britain's got a good run.
He's done it. Absolutely superb, Robbie Kerr, Team GBR.
Fantastic move into third place. That's into the podium position.
So can Hülkenberg get rolling? Oh, he stalled it! This is what I said could happen. If you have a problem, they're going to try and bump start him. But that is what happens if you get a problem. He's got enough of an advantage, but can he get the cars? He's got it going as Switzerland comes in. But there I've showed you what the little details. It's so easy to get it wrong.
Team Switzerland coming in then. Can they keep the pressure on Germany or not? Germany leading. Now let's see. Oh, that wasn't a little.
No, there's nothing little about that. That was off big time in the gravel.
That's going to cost Switzerland, and now Great Britain.
And Robbie almost stalls it.
Oh.
Come on, Robbie.
A great chance, perhaps, for Great Britain to take second place here, and he's done it. That off of Switzerland has allowed Robbie Kerr to come through. and into second position, and Neil Yarni will be ruining that mistake on board with Malaysia now. Fighting back up the order. South Africa not able to keep Alex Young behind, and this looks better from the Malaysian team. Now indeed Malaysia bearing down on Ireland as well, so whatever wasn't working right on the Malaysian car early in this race when he dropped back is working right in these conditions. He's got the inside line, he's going to outbrake Team Ireland, he's through there neat and tidily, and there's nothing Ireland could do about it. Jack Cunningham's very pleased about that, but there's no doubt about the race leader, Germany, pulling away out in front at the moment from Great Britain. And they're a little fight further back. This is just inside the top 10. We've got the Netherlands versus Singapore. Malaysia now a part of that with this improving form that we're seeing from Alex Young. He wants to move himself up further in the top 10. He's 10th at the moment. Got a few more points on offer here. He's going to get past Singapore. Yes, he does. You can hear the crowd in the background celebrating that one. And more cheer for those on the pit wall. Switzerland versus France here. And Switzerland can't quite hold off France, so France has got the opportunity. France surely here is going to go move into third place. So Neil Yarni, who won the sprint race earlier on today, has dropped down the order. And now Malaysia trying to get another one. This is to move into 7th.
Watch for the traction, the drive off turn 4, and I think the advantage will be as they go into 5. It is. I don't know where this car has been absolutely transformed.
So Malaysia flying now. Look at this, Singapore versus Ireland, and this is all about the final point on offer. Is it going to go to Ireland? Is it going to go to Singapore? We're on the final lap in Malaysia. It looks as though Ireland's just got the edge here, but there's no doubt about who's going to take victory. It's a dominant win by 42 seconds last time around. Germany is going to take victory here, a dominant victory for Team Germany. Great Britain a long way back, but will finish in 2nd place, and it looks like France is going to take 3rd position. So well driven by Nicolas Lapierre, but Germany dominant. Malaysia, a good result in the end, coming through to finish in 7th. Celebrations down there for Nico Hulkenberg. He showed everybody the way to go on a very slippery surface. So Germany from Great Britain and France, the top 3. Switzerland in 4th, and then Canada's Sean McIntosh in 5th place. Phil Giebler for Team USA finished in 6th place, and Malaysia, who dropped well down to about 15th at one point, fought their way back up into 7th. New Zealand finished in 8th place, the Netherlands in 9th, and that final hotly contested point went to Team Ireland. Michael Devaney getting that very important point for them. Italy actually ending up with the fastest lap in the race. They finished 13th. So this is how the points stand after Malaysia, round 4 of A1GP World Cup of Motorsport. Germany on top by 6 points from Great Britain, Malaysia in 3rd, and then Mexico. France in 5th place, the reigning title holders not going so well. Canada, Italy, the Netherlands, Switzerland and the Czech Republic completing the top 10 so far, but very, very close in points between Italy and the Czech Republic. Australia on 16 points, just ahead of the United States, then New Zealand down in 13th, and that's a bit of a surprise for one of the pre-season favourites. South Africa 14th, despite the early season win. They're ahead of China, Brazil, Singapore and Ireland, who fought so hard for that final point. That is Ireland's first point of the season. They're ahead of Indonesia. They're tied on points, but they're ahead on the tiebreak. Greece yet to score. Also yet to score India, Lebanon and Pakistan. The A1 caravans now arrived in Indonesia, close to the capital city, Jakarta, on the island of Java, one of thousands of islands that form this vibrant and diverse nation. This area is one of the most densely populated regions in the world, but it's a country of stunning natural beauty.
Young, talented and hungry for success, New Zealand's Johnny Reid and Germany's Nico Hulkenberg are exactly what A1GP is all about. But despite being in neighbouring garages all season, they've also struggled to keep away from each other on the track.
I like to think I'm a fair racing driver. You've got to use aggression to pass, you've got to be aggressive to succeed.
Well, I think I'm not very smooth, but as well not very aggressive, so I think I'm something in the middle.
You've got to know when to use aggression and be smart about it. You've got to respect other competitors on the circuit.
But alongside each other at the first corner in Brno, the respect was replaced by instinct.
Johnny is a very quick guy, and I've got respect for him because, yeah, he did good racing. He's very quick, and he's competitive.
There have been some moves that I haven't been happy with, but you know, you move forward.
It's serious racing, and I want to win, the team wants to win, everybody wants to win.
It's a dangerous sport, you've got to respect each other. You have to commit to your move and know exactly what you're doing at the time.
But here in Sentul, Johnny did his fighting talk from behind the wheel in qualifying.
I'm on the pole position, you know, and Nico may have to just let me slide through.
I want to be first, he wants to be first, we both have to make the corner.
When the visor goes down, you know, it's every man for themselves, for their country, and that's the difference with A1 Grand Prix.
New Zealand have taken pole for the sprint race here at Sentul in Indonesia. It's been another impressive qualifying run from Johnny Reid. Hulkenberg for Germany is on the second row, so those two great rivals will be battling up near the front. Brazil a long way down towards the back. They've got plenty to do. New Zealand get going in the Black Beauty down the inside. Here comes Mexico. Germany squeezing through the middle as well. It's going to be very tight as we get into the first corner. New Zealand turning ahead. Was there a touch between Germany and Great Britain?
Into turn one now, Johnny Reid a clear lead, 3-2 abreast. Robbie Carroll alongside USA. USA gets the corner.
This is USA being passed by Great Britain.
Giebler trying to block, but Germany's down the inside. He'll try and go around with him and try and put himself in position for the switchback. He's maintained it.
And they've got to watch out because Australia's joining into that battle as well. Just behind Germany now is Australia. Australia's alongside Germany. Ryan Briscoe takes Hulkenberg. So he's up into 5th place, and Hulkenberg's going to have to work to come back. New Zealand out in front, remember, in the early stages. Netherlands going wheel to wheel with Malaysia. Oh.
Well, they're literally banging and crashing. Look at it, he slides up the inside. I mean, that was just ridiculous. Two drivers, they should have known when to concede, when not to concede. And of course, they just opened the door, and Enrico Toccarcelli says, "Ciao, Bella, ciao."
Yeah, he's out of there. Italy has taken advantage, and Indonesia, I think, past the Netherlands. So Ananda Mikula's gained that place. There could be damage on the Netherlands car. Look at the support for Ananda Mikula. Wonderful to see. Brazil now being pressurised by the Czech Republic. How close can you get before making the move? He's tight to the inside. Oh, it is close.
But Brazil ran deep, ran wide. Ireland right behind. Richard Lyons in the Team Ireland entry is running quicker than these two cars.
Here we are with Team Netherlands trying to get back past Indonesia. He's gone alongside. Can he make the move stick? Yes, he's through, but then he might run wide on the second part. Oh, look, China.
Well, there it is. He ran way, way wide. And I mean, a wild ride for China. And that was a lucky spin because you'd expect the car to spear sharp left, and there's a big concrete wall.
Into the closing stages, and New Zealand look good. So he's only got half a lap to do, but look at this, a bit of pressure for USA from Australia. Australia down the inside, but he can't quite hold it, and USA trying to go back past. Oh, they nearly hit.
But Phil Giebler thought about it, he saw what was happening, he didn't put any pressure on USA. He allowed the USA to create their own pressure. Now we're seeing Australia being overtaken by Germany. Can they make it? Oh, he hit the left, right rear, left front, but Nilka Hulkenberg was on the inside.
New Zealand come through to take their first ever win in A1GP. A superb drive by Johnny Reid. Mexico a fine second place for them, and Great Britain settles for 3rd position.
Johnny, congratulations, your first A1GP victory. How do you feel?
Just ecstatic. It's an emotional feeling. We've been working hard at it ever since the Silverstone test. The guys have done a fantastic job to come back from 16th in practice to take pole and win this first sprint race. What more can I say? I'm just ecstatic right now.
So the result of the sprint race, New Zealand's first ever win ahead of Mexico and Great Britain. A good solid 4th place for Team USA, and Phil Giebler ahead of Germany, and Nico Hulkenberg not managing to make it through so well this time. He did get back ahead of Australia's Ryan Briscoe. France finished down in 7th place, Canada in 8th. So the build-up towards the feature race. Can Great Britain go 2 places better and take victory, or is Johnny Reid going to make it the double for New Zealand? This is how the grid lines up. New Zealand on pole position once again. Watch out for Germany from 5th place on the grid. South Africa from 9th. That's Alan van der Merwe at the wheel. Malaysia back in 12th place. They've got plenty to do. The Czech Republic starts in 16th. It's a wet track that we've got for the feature race in Sentul. Once again, the rainstorms have come in and affected conditions. New Zealand making a great start there. Mexico following them into the first corner, and Great Britain on the outside.
And Germany looking to find a way past Mexico. Robbie Kerr tried to do that.
New Zealand's got the advantage, but Mexico's coming under some severe pressure now. Nico Hulkenberg going for second place if he can squeeze past Mexico.
He can, he's got it, he went down the inside.
So Germany up into second, Malaysia and Canada going wheel to wheel once again here. And through the spray, they've got to try and pick their trajectory, try and get the braking points right. The leaders come through, and look at this, Mexico now under pressure from Great Britain. Great Britain going around the outside and gaining that place. South Africa moving up too, back with the leaders.
We're looking to see both are on the power boost button. New Zealand and Germany are using it for the second time, in fact, and not far enough up to put himself into position. But he might get a run off the corner. He's alongside. He's done it.
He's taken the lead.
He forced the error from Johnny Reid. He forced him to brake later into turn one.
Great pass by Team Germany, but let's see what's going on here. Malaysia now trying to get France, and that's a fairly clean manoeuvre by the looks of things. Alex Young taking advantage of a little bit more grip as these two battle as well.
The South Africa car clearly is a better car in these conditions. Manderberger pulls up alongside Robbie Kerr. Can he get down the inside? Kerr has to concede into turn 8, and Robbie Kerr tries to come back, but he's wrong-footed and he cannot get it done. He was prepared to have a go.
South Africa car really working well at the moment. Now Great Britain, you can see, struggling. He's got Malaysia on him.
Robbie Kerr opens the door, and Alex Young, he read it, he knew what Robbie Kerr was going to do.
Let's take a look at Germany. What's been going on? Hulkenberg has been off. And did he manage to get back on without losing much time? How will this affect things? Is he still ahead of New Zealand? Well, it's a big mistake from Hulkenberg. He might have got away with it. There's concern on the pit wall. Slick tyres on the Dutch car.
Absolutely mad, in my opinion.
Will he get out of the pits, let alone go anywhere else? It's a bit of a gamble. And what's happened to Canada? Canada's tried slicks as well, and I think it's gone wrong in the pit lane.
There he is, spins the wheels up. Watch for the puddle, and suddenly there she snaps her on as he puts a little bit of right-hand lock down.
Well, it's certainly difficult to choose which tyres to be on, but that could have been very nasty down there. Team USA, meanwhile, picking up a place.
And that's given Robbie Kerr every opportunity. Power boost left Great Britain. No, he hasn't. He's used all his power boost. Defence from a USA down the inside. Robbie Kerr trying to go down the long way.
Oh,
he gets
sideways on the line.
Robbie, you watch those white lines. And I just wonder whether Germany or New Zealand will take this opportunity. And he goes alongside into turn 10. Johnny Reid dives down the inside. Nico Hulkenberg can afford to run around the outside, but he's had to concede. He's lost the lead that he regained early in this lap.
Just look at the amount of water around in the pit lane, though. He's got to be careful.
There's a problem. Is there a problem on the left rear? There is a problem on the left rear. He's lost the nut. He's lost the wheel nut. It's under the car.
Yeah, he lost the wheel nut.
Oh, this is all over for Germany. They will be lucky to recover from this.
Well, he does get away. Let's just see how this puts him as he comes back out of the pits. He's still ahead of Netherlands and Team GBR, so he's not lost as much time as he might have done. And Team Germany maybe has got away with something there. Netherlands under pressure from Robbie Kerr.
Robbie Kerr again on the grass. Will somebody put on the radio to Robbie Kerr that the grass is not part of the racetrack?
But he's alongside, and I think he's got the place now. It's tight, but he's through. And Netherlands now under pressure.
You can see the defence from the Netherlands. Has he got the momentum to take him past? He can go side by side and turn one as long as there's no contact. There isn't. Great pass by Nicolas Lapierre.
Great stuff. Nicolas Lapierre takes France into 5th position. And now New Zealand's in. Now, can they get back out in front of Germany? They should be able to. Remember, Germany had the problem on their pit stop. That was a much cleaner stop. New Zealand out in front of all the cars that have stopped. That was very, very effective. Meanwhile, Great Britain going to battle with France here. France nipping through on the inside. Robbie Kerr's trying everything he can. And let's just see what happened to Canada a moment ago. Oh, the wheel came off. The wheel just shed from the Canadian car. What an afternoon he's having. He lost it in the pit lane. Now he's lost a wheel as well.
The wheel just fell off the back of the car, so I don't really know what it was, but that was just too bad. It was a bit of an eventful race with all the weather.
Robbie Kerr spun it. Robbie Kerr in trouble. Let's see if he went off through the gravel over the grass. No way back from there. Well, he has been reporting he's had some sort of a misfire with the car, and the team look very resigned to that. Now then, Germany behind New Zealand and closing up once again on the Black Beauty. These two great rival nations, they certainly are having some tussles in this second season of A1GP. Here's a tussle as well. It's between Italy and the Netherlands, and this is for fourth position, and I think Italy is going to take the spot. There is some controversy about the Netherlands, whether they made their pit stop late, but for the moment Italy into fourth. But there's no doubt about the race victory. That's going to go to New Zealand. The double race wins here in Indonesia to New Zealand, second to Germany, third goes to France.
The first part of the race we were struggling quite a lot, and we made a change at the pit stop, and we found a whole heap of time, and managed to grab back the lead of the race and hang on till the end.
So 2 wins in 2 races here in Indonesia, and New Zealand certainly flying at the moment. Germany in second, France third, and Italy a strong fourth. The Netherlands finished in 5th place, 6th place for Malaysia, and Salvador Duran was 7th for Mexico. Jaroslav Yanis for the Czech Republic finished 8th, just ahead of Switzerland and the United States. Fastest lap went to New Zealand.
So as we reach the midpoint of the season, it couldn't have been planned any better by Team New Zealand. Johnny Reid does the double in Indonesia before the Christmas break, and then A1GP headed down to his homeland and Taupo. Johnny's home city of Auckland rewarded him with the chance to take the Black Beauty over the Harbour Bridge. He reached 160 kilometres, but he was never going to get caught speeding.
They made a bit of a joke about it. The traffic police were there and had their radar gun on it, but he went over the other side of the bridge at 160 and he went out of sight.
That was a special moment as well, especially when the police were winding me up to do donuts at the end. I loved that. That was a special moment.
They looked quite impressive, quite humorous with seeing the police on the side and then Johnny coming back and saying, I hope you're not going to give me a ticket because I'm not going to give you my address.
The teams flew into Auckland earlier this week, the international gateway to the country. It's an exciting hub of activity, but just a few hours drive south, we arrive amid the stunning scenery of Lake Taupo. It's a visitor's paradise, skydiving, bungee jumping, it's all on offer, but this weekend the adrenaline will be stirred by the first ever A1GP event in New Zealand. And it's Germany that's taken pole, host nation New Zealand back in 3rd place on the grid. James Hinchcliffe for Canada lines up 7th, and Narain Karthikeyan makes his debut for India. He lines up in 10th position. Ryan Hunter-Reay also racing this weekend, this for Team USA. He lines up in 16th position. Ready for the start of the sprint race, and Germany goes for it, hard on the power. It's a good start from Hulkenberg. France in 2nd place, New Zealand in 3rd, Netherlands behind, then it's Canada trying to squeeze past, and the victim is Great Britain.
Team GBR got clipped by Malaysia. Canada squeezed down the inside and forced Malaysia out wide, and that looks like it's all over for Team GBR.
As they come out of the final corner, power goes down, Germany leads, France trying to cut across to New Zealand, but New Zealand's got the inside line into the first corner, he's careful, and New Zealand have got to watch out from Switzerland and from Netherlands trying to go around the edge.
Robbie Kerr dives up the inside of Team Canada.
Gain of pace there, and South Africa's trying to do likewise.
Watch now to see what happens behind Kerr, because 2 cars, Canada and South Africa, are trying to make a pass down the inside.
Big lock
Kerr
up.
locks it up.
Yeah, he really locks it up, and Canada's got the place back, and Robbie loses that place to South Africa, I think, but now he's back on the inside for turn 2 and claims it back.
But look, Ireland now wants to be in the mix, as does Brazil. Italy comes round the outside. They're going to go round the long way round turn 5.
Let's take a look back at what happened between Lebanon.
I mean,
goodness.
He didn't even brake. He just drove straight and aggressive. A big shunt.
Team Ireland going very slowly. Looks like Richard Lyons may have problems with that car. Meanwhile, good battle here, Great Britain versus Italy. Great Britain with that damage to the front wing.
Watch for the pass. He can't go around. Well, he has tried to go around the outside, but Robbie Kerr can hold the line, and he's holding the line, but there will be contact, surely. That allows Brazil to get the momentum and come alongside Italy as they go down this main straight. It'll be a long way before Italy can get themselves back into position to challenge for that position. Great Britain are holding currently in 8th place.
This could be feisty here, coming down into the last section, but Italy has to give way to Brazil. Rafael Matos gets his place back because Toccocello was so determined to try and go around the outside. Meanwhile, Great Britain still trying to hold off this entire group. India's in there as well, China at the back. China currently running 15th, hoping to trying to make up some ground. And again, Great Britain and Brazil get together. Brazil spins and Italy tries to take advantage. And this has allowed Mexico to close right up on Team USA as well.
You could see that Mexico was lining up to put themselves down the inside into turn 12, but not sufficiently far forward. Watch for the lock-up again from GBR. Look, his left wheel virtually flat-spotted out of all conditions. Italy again under the rear wing. Here we see further action going on. Indonesia and Australia and the Czech Republic, they're battling with that front wing.
And Nico Hulkenberg is going to take his first win in a sprint race, but his third win of the season. The points leader adds to his points tally. Beautiful drive by him. Second place goes to new boy Loic Duval for France. Third goes to host nation New Zealand.
Johnny Reid was the one that really wanted to push France to take that second place away, but he had to satisfy himself finally with finishing third.
Behind him in fourth was the Netherlands with Jeroen Bleekemolen, and then the youngster for Switzerland, Sebastian Buemi. He finished fifth ahead of Canada and South Africa. Not a great day for Great Britain so far. Finished in eighth place ahead of Italy and India. So it's time to get ready for the feature race in absolutely ideal conditions here in New Zealand. It's a beautiful day, if a bit windy, and this is how they line up then. Germany on pole from France. Let's see whether that battle between France and New Zealand is slightly different over the longer race. Team India starting in 10th place. That would give them a point if they finish there, or higher up, of course, in this feature race. Points going all the way to 10th. The red lights are on, the engine revs build, the lights go out, we're racing. Team Germany makes a good start, but so does Team France. Germany's going to try and shut the door, and he does. Hulkenberg gets across. France in second, New Zealand in third, the Netherlands in fourth. Now watch behind, South Africa very wide, Indonesia very wide as well. But incredibly, everyone's through the first corner. Canada under pressure.
South Africa
trying to go around the outside here. John, what a move by Alan van der Merwe. Goes around the outside of Canada. Can he hold it? Yeah, pretty good. And now Great Britain trying to do likewise, side by side with Canada into the last section. Robbie Kerr on the outside, and he makes the move now on Team Canada. That was a good pass by Robbie Kerr.
GBR is on power boost, as is South Africa, as they make the run up into that final left turn.
He's going to have a look down the inside.
He's got it, he's done it. That was power boost. Both drivers used it, but Robbie Kerr late in the brakes, but almost overruns the corner as he comes into turn 14.
South Africa in, one of the first to pit in the race. Now the Czech Republic car getting very close.
Yeah, defence from Brazil going round the outside. Can he get it? It's very difficult to go round this, but Matters may be compromised. He is, as is Thomas Enger for the Czech Republic. Bitch flag off Brazil's car.
Well, damage down at that section. They didn't make it into the pits, but Germany is into the pits from the race lead. That leaves the others out there fighting for it. Here is the battle for the lead now between France and New Zealand.
France is in and New Zealand. Both cars can come in at the end of lap 10.
So in they come then down to the speed limit. Oh, New Zealand so nearly running into the back of the French car. How did Johnny Reid avoid it? I don't know. But now the crews go to the work. The battle in the pits.
He's got it. No, he hasn't. This
side
is
by
France.
side, France have got it. France just in front, and the positions stay as they were.
Well, Ryan Hunter-Reay got it right on the lock stops coming through turn 9 and had to get out of the throttle. That let China take an easy pass.
Looking back now at Ireland and a move on Mexico. Did they make it work? This was for position. Richard Lyons going for it. Another good pass there by Team Ireland. That puts them into 12th. And look at New Zealand trying to go around the outside of France for second place. Can they pull the manoeuvre off? No, they can't. France continues to defend. There was the reaction in the New Zealand pit, but then it didn't quite come off. Oof. And we're back with the Czech car, and that was the Singapore machine cutting across.
There wasn't much gratitude given there. Christian Murchison really slammed across the front of the Czech car.
Now this happened a moment ago. Malaysia diving past Team Ireland. Ireland didn't seem to be able to fight that very hard. It certainly caused some delight down in the pit lane. Up front, Germany still lead France second.
Robbie Kerr slowing down is a problem.
Would you believe it? Great Britain in trouble, and Canada goes past. And suddenly there is a change, but it's not a change for overtaking. He's got a problem. So let's see what happened here.
Yeah, just the back end gets away one way and the other, then it just goes into a time. Oh, it's a rear suspension. He's broken the rear suspension. And whether that broke as a consequence or it was the fact that he went off in the first place.
Team Germany comes through to record their 4th win of the season, the first time they've achieved a double on the same day. The sprint and the feature race victories go to Team Germany, to Nico Hülkenberg. What a battle for second it's been throughout the race, but France is going to hold on for one of their best results of the season. They had that second place earlier on, and now a second place, if you like. New Zealand has to settle for third. Switzerland at an excellent fourth, fifth place to the Netherlands, sixth place to Canada. All those cars together as they cross the line. A fantastic day for Nico Hülkenberg, the double victory, and New Zealand a little disappointed, but a great second place for Team France and Loic Duval.
He was just faster than me, but you know, now it's my first experience with the team during the race, and I think we can improve the car. So now we will see for the next race.
So behind that same top three, this time it was Switzerland that finished in fourth place, courtesy of Sebastian Buemi. Netherlands in fifth, Canada in sixth, and India with their best ever result in seventh, courtesy of Narain Karthikeyan, beating Italy, China and the USA. Now we've crossed the Tasman Sea to Australia to enjoy the delights of Sydney, the scenic metropolis, bordering our venue to one side, while the Blue Mountains provide the natural backdrop to the west. Settle down and raise a glass as A1GP completes its tour down under. And the grid for the sprint race again saw Germany on pole position. Hülkenberg looking strong at all of the races down under. Ireland qualified in 9th position. Italy in 13th, ahead of the likes of Indonesia and Singapore, with South Africa all the way back in 17th place on the grid and India in 21st. The start of the sprint race here at Eastern Creek, and Germany's certainly made the best of it. A good getaway by Hülkenberg. New Zealand back in second place and not really able to challenge into the first corner at all. That's a bit of a surprise. Down to the hairpin they come now. Let's see what happens.
Team GBR trying to go around the outside. They're side by side, and Team GBR's taken. Said no, he hasn't. I thought he had. Side by side through three contacts. The two cars coming into turn four again side by side, but New Zealand has to concede.
So Great Britain up into second place, New Zealand down to third, then it's France in fourth position, Switzerland in fifth, but out has gone Lebanon. Well, that race didn't last very long at all. Let's see if we can find out what happened. Well, fairly dramatic off. That has brought the safety car out, of course, but now we're ready for the restart.
But of course you can't overtake until you've gone across the start-finish line. So New Zealand, all they can hope to do is get right under the rear wing, but then of course they lose downforce. There he is under the rear wing. Can he pass? He's just about gone away with that one.
Well, it was tight, but it looks as though New Zealand has taken that second place cleanly. Great Britain back down into third position now, and indeed having to defend that place quite hard from Team France, who's next in line. And look at this, Robbie Kerr's really struggling now to keep all these cars behind him. Switzerland, Netherlands, look at China. China engaged in quite a big dice at the moment with Malaysia. Alex Yoon looking for a way past here, and France down the inside of Great Britain. France takes that third spot and goes chasing after Germany and New Zealand up front. We're riding on board here with Karl Reindler, the man driving for host nation Australia, and he's got past Italy. Oh, Italy made a little mistake up at the top corner, and Karl Reindler's taken full advantage. What's happened to Robbie Kerr, though? Oh, he's got a puncture. Look, that is his problem. The right front has gone down. Well, here comes the man to take victory. It's Germany that wins the sprint race at Eastern Creek. New Zealand finishes in second place.
I had a good rolling start, good restart after the safety car, but then it was not that easy. I just tried to focus on myself and push as hard as I could. But first Johnny and before GBR was pushing from behind.
So far Germany dominating things down under, both in New Zealand and Australia, ahead of New Zealand and France. Switzerland and the Netherlands, consistent front runners again. Hope in tung for China, though, coming home in sixth. They'll be pretty pleased about that, ahead of Malaysia, the USA, the Czech Republic and Ireland. So drivers getting ready for the feature race. It'll be a standing start for this one into one of the fastest first corners on the whole A1GP calendar. It'll be very interesting to see how they deal with it, especially with the hairpin. Then at turn 2, we've seen cars off there plenty of times, and I just hope that they can make a clean start. So this is how they line up. As they finish the sprint race, they line up on the grid. But watch out for Singapore starting 12th, in with a shout of scoring points. Parthiva Sureshwaran for India starts in 18th, but only one place ahead of Great Britain, with a lot of work to do.
Gentlemen, for the pride of your nations, start your engines!
It's feature race time here in Australia. Good start from both front row men. It's New Zealand who's got the slight edge. Ireland going up towards the pit wall initially. initially there, but New Zealand makes a fantastic getaway, going through that flat-out left-hand and now down towards the hairpin. Can everybody stay on tarmac? Oh, somebody's run wide. Mexico off. South Africa, Great Britain from the back. Oh my goodness. Canada has rolled. Now, let's see what happened here, John.
Singapore dives down the inside, James Hinchcliffe's on the outside, Ireland ahead of both those cars, left, front, right, rear, and up and over it goes James Hinchcliffe, buries his head in the cockpit to ensure he doesn't get any contact, and really, well, a frightening moment for the young Canadian.
The car held up really well in the accident. Lolo did a good job making the car as safe as possible, so bit bruised knees and bruised ego, but other than that, not too bad.
Getting ready for the restart. Oh, and there's been a hit. I'm looking out of the commentary box window. There's been a hit in the background.
South Africa and
Pakistan,
the wing of Pakistan car.
Well, you can see that South Africa just misjudged it, ran straight over the back of the Pakistan car, and I'm afraid that spells the end for Alan van der Merwe for this race. Right, here we go with the restart on power boost, both New Zealand and Germany, and New Zealand hard on the power all the way through that first corner. That kept the power boost going, and that was a brilliant getaway by Johnny Reid. Now, Germany taking an early stage in this race in which to come in and make their pit stop. There, we'll hope that this will work to their favour in getting past New Zealand. Netherlands in early as well. They made a very good stop. China is still out there, and China takes the lead now. China leads the feature race. Now, how quick a stop is it going to be? It's pretty rapid. Where is Germany? Germany's just heading down the straight here. I can see Germany.
Germany's going to take the lead.
It is.
Over, all over.
So that early pit stop certainly worked for Team Germany. It's got them ahead of New Zealand of those that have stopped, but this is the car that leads. It hasn't stopped yet. It's Team China, and Ho Pin Tung is in front. Now, look at this, Team USA coming up to try and pass France. On the inside, it's Phil Giebler, and he's made a very good pass here through turn one. And France and Great Britain side by side, and you can see in the background, Great Britain's got past Team France.
Well, he got past by doing what Robbie Kerr does extremely well. That's overtaking, but he does nudge people in the process. Down the inside, comes a long way down the inside. He gets the wheel almost adjacent. And really, again, it's almost a replay from what we saw Robbie Kerr do back in Taupo with Brazil. Trying, but it's the USA and Switzerland. No, very, very close indeed.
Looking back from the Swiss car, you could see how tight. Now China, at last, making this later pit stop. I wonder if this is going to work for Ho Pin Tung. It's certainly got a chance of working to a certain extent. Let's see Germany and New Zealand come through. China still in the pit lane. Let's see who else comes past. I think the Netherlands will come through, and probably the Czech Republic as well. Let's see where he comes out. With regard to them, it's whether he comes out ahead of this next group that could be crucial, and he's going to. He's going to come out ahead of Malaysia. That really has worked from Team China's point of view. But just watch here, Switzerland having a go at Ireland. Oh, contact! Switzerland and Ireland make contact there.
There's the Irish pit wall. Now, look at the car. The right front is damaged on that Ireland car.
Look at how close China is to the back of the Czech Republic. This, John, is for fourth position.
And this could easily be an overtaking. But look, gets so close to the back of the Czech Republic car as they come up into turns. Where are they?
Onto the straight.
On the main straight out of turns 12. So will there be any power boost? China's on it. It's coming up alongside, but will he get alongside? Will he take the corner? He has. What a well-executed maneuver. China over the moon with that pass.
So Ho Pin Tung up into fourth place, but now it could be third. Look, he's chasing after the Netherlands.
Jeroen Blekeman and Watch his head going one way, then the other way, both on power boost, coming down the straight.
China.
Defence,
that's right, but China's going for it, trying to take third place from the Netherlands. Will he go around the outside at turn one? What a manoeuvre by Ho Pin Tung of China. That's the best move we've seen here all weekend.
That's the best move we've seen all year.
Some magic racing at Eastern Creek Raceway. And look at this, the host nation have got something to cheer about. Australia finally getting past Lebanon. Well, they've been fighting to do that for lap after lap, and now he has got through. But the race is won by Team Germany. Once again, Nico Hülkenberg is somehow unbeatable down under. He takes the victory comfortably from New Zealand in second place. China, though, is going to finish in third, and it's their first ever podium finish. What a result for Ho Pin Tung, and what a fantastically driven race by this young man as well. That is going to mean so much to the whole crew and to that team that has worked hard to move up the order up against some of the more renowned motorsport nations.
You went around the outside of a competitive car to turn one,
How did you do it?
Well, in the sprint race, I already was behind Johan Blekemolen for a long time, and I knew he had some problems in turn 1, and I had a big advantage over him. So I knew if I could get the outside line, get a good toe, was able to actually take more speed into the corner and overtake him on the outside.
So China take their first ever podium finish in A1GP behind Germany and New Zealand. Netherlands settle for 4th ahead of the Czech Republic and Malaysia 6th. 7th this time for Switzerland. The United States were 8th and France down in 9th, with Robbie Kerr for Great Britain in 10th. We've stayed in the Southern Hemisphere by coming to South Africa. Not far from the safari parks of KwaZulu-Natal, the never-ending beach of Durban provides the backdrop to a street race around the Suncoast Casino. This is South Africa's playground beside the Indian Ocean, but a part of the country that values its history as home of the Zulu. Germany on pole position once again, but looking further down, Ireland line up a good 7th. Portugal are back in A1GP. They've been away for some time. Alvaro Parent driving for them. But watch out further back down the order as well, because China start down in 15th place and Singapore down in 22nd place, just ahead of Pakistan. So the streets of Durban host A1GP, and it's Germany that makes the best of the starts. New Zealand following down towards the hairpin, France looking for a way, and Switzerland going very deep into the corner. Surely that's going to be hard to get back into the pack. Oh, it's all bunching up behind. One car goes up in the air, and Lebanon is left with a broken front wing. Well, no great surprise. It's a difficult first corner here in Durban, and Brazil making their way back with damage to the car as well. That's a great disappointment for Bruno Junqueira here in A1. Meanwhile, Germany leads from France and New Zealand, and Lebanon getting going again, but look at the damage to the front. New Zealand lost out a bit. Halliday is an aggressive racer. Here comes the Czech Republic down the inside of China. Side by side, almost touching wheels. Good move by Thomas Enger.
But Italy trying to get into the action as well. It's got past China. Can they do that? No, they cannot. Into turn 2. He's too far behind, but China got forced wide by that pass. And Malaysia as well. Damage to the Malaysian car. This is on board with Alex Shug. Oh, well, there's the contact. Hit straight into the back of China.
And there were more problems at that first corner, as we saw, but the race is still going on. Germany continuing to lead. USA just making a little bit of a move. Good to see Jonathan Somerton driving for Team USA for the first time here this weekend. The youngster who's been such a strong rookie. Meanwhile, the Czech Republic and Italy having a good race. South Africa, bit of a lock up there for Adrian Zhao, just ahead of the Portuguese car. Didn't qualify brilliantly, started the race in 9th place. The home fans will be hoping for a little more than that. Oh, Singapore off. Singapore straight into the tyres. And Mexico in trouble. Mexico has just pulled off to the side of the road. That looks like some sort of mechanical failure for Salvador Duran. Oh, I can't believe the bad luck that he's suffering at the moment. So Germany leading, France in 2nd place, New Zealand still in 3rd, but New Zealand looking as though they would like to find a way past that French car. What's happened to USA here? USA pulling off to the side of the road, another retirement in this sprint race. But Germany it is that's going to come through yet again, unbeaten so far in 2007, this second half of the A1GP season. It's Nico Hülkenberg to take the victory. 2nd place is going to go to France, and New Zealand have to settle for 3rd position. But Germany once again showing their class, and this time on a street track. Hülkenberg absolutely relishing the opportunity of running up against these concrete walls. So the result of that sprint race, Germany ahead of France and New Zealand. Netherlands up there in 4th place, Switzerland in 5th, and 6th place for Ireland in the points in the sprint race, potential to do more later. South Africa only 7th, ahead of Portugal. Great Britain down in 9th, ahead of Indonesia's Ananda Mikela. Well, it is absolutely glorious here in Durban. A beautiful, beautiful day. The sun beating down on the fans, on the drivers, as we prepare for the feature race. They're going to have to watch those water bottles in the cars as well. They'll need to keep hydrated. And this is how they start in Germany and France up front once again. But in terms of getting into the points, of course, Great Britain only just in the points, potentially there in 9th place. Italy just outside the points, starting in 12th. China down in 14th. Narain Karthikeyan for India. He starts in 15th position. The red lights are on. We're all set to go racing here in Durban. The lights go out. Good start from Team Germany. And look at the Netherlands. The Netherlands trying to go into 2nd place, going down the outside of Team France. France will try and protect into the hairpin. The battle for 2nd place. Switzerland trying to go around the outside. Portugal's gone wide. There's been more contact
again. And how many cars are involved in this contact? It's about half of the rear of the field.
Would you believe host nation South Africa involved in that? Tremendous disappointment for everybody here. They get such great support for this race, and South Africa in trouble, but Germany leading once again. What a good start that was by Hulkenberg. Switzerland running in third place, Great Britain in fourth, and then New Zealand. Everybody looking for position here. Malaysia down the inside, keep it clean, but there are problems for France. France in the pits, and here comes Great Britain trying to take third place. Down the inside into the hairpin. Oh, that's a good move by Robbie Kerr, who started ninth on the grid.
Trouble in turn one with Pakistan, Lebanon, and I can't believe it, South Africa.
South Africa again involved. Let's take a look on...
Contact. Well, that was just Anando Mikela. Indonesia smashes into the side of South Africa, who were in turn trying to pass Pakistan, and rides right over the right rear wheel of South Africa. And I mean, it's gone from bad to worse to even worse than worse.
Indonesia out as well as a result of that incident. Big tyre mark on the side. Great Britain now in third, Switzerland fourth, and on board with New Zealand in fifth position.
Watch for power boost. Nothing from Britain, nothing from Switzerland or New Zealand as they come down into turn 9.
So we've got the leaders into the pit lane, and it's Germany and the Netherlands. Germany gets going again and is staying ahead of the Netherlands.
Watch another car coming down. Oh, contact! I saw that Australia car come down as the Netherlands pulled out. That's damaged the left rear of Australia, but has it more importantly damaged the car of the Netherlands. Watch! Now there was no control of the Dutch car going out. The Australia car legitimately coming down the outside lane.
Well, that was certainly a frightening incident. Look at Portugal now, keeping the pressure on China here. Alvaro Parent back into A1GP for Team Portugal, but someone's picked up a drive-through penalty. It's Team Netherlands, and Portugal side by side there with China coming down to the hairpin. But the Netherlands, as a result of that incident with Australia, have picked up a drive-through penalty. China and Portugal both in at the same time, so is Mexico. So a number of pit stops all being made together, and it's a great stop by Portugal, helped by Team Australia. That crew helping out this weekend. Portugal only coming back into A1GP at the last minute for Durban. New Zealand still tucked in behind Great Britain. Let's see what went on a moment ago. This was Ireland passing Malaysia, and that looked like a pretty neat and tidy pass by Richard Lyons. Pakistan now being lapped by Great Britain and New Zealand. This has allowed New Zealand to really close up to the Great Britain car. This is now the battle for second position, and Matt Halliday for Team New Zealand with that little chance to get closer with the power boost also operating here. So New Zealand really going for second place. Can he get alongside? Kerr covers the inside but slides almost out of control. New Zealand very deep into the corner, may well be in trouble from Switzerland. Oh, that was all a little close. Max Velti of Switzerland, a little nod because his man stayed in there and it could have gone all wrong. Oh, out of the race has gone China. Bitterly disappointing for China, all over for them. Up front, it's still all about Germany. Great Britain still in second place, remember. Now, what's happened here? Oh, there was a little bit of a coming together. USA's taken advantage of that, going around the outside of Mexico, as Mexico got held up by India by the looks of things and nudged into the back. Oh, no, he's hit the wall!
USA's hit the wall and hit it, and he's hit it big time up at turn 8. There must have been some contact prior in that corner, and now he's gone off big time, and again up at turn 8, a heavy hit for Team USA. Let's look again. And he clipped the wall actually on the coming out of the turn 7, and I think he may have damaged the suspension. No, certainly he flattened the right front tire, and he's got virtually no steering because the left-hand side of the car is up in the air because both the right front and right rear had been punctured, and therefore he was simply a passenger. Here we go on board, and let's see what happens with that's the view from Mexico, and there it is. Mexico looking and put his hand up. I don't know what he did for that, but anyway.
Yes, it looks like he's okay. He was towards the end of his race, he was clocking the fastest lap times. We probably should have slowed him down a little bit. He was performing. We're very proud of Jonathan.
Germany has a clear run,
but everybody else is going to be caught behind Pakistan. They cannot overtake the Pakistan car until they cross the start-finish line. And I can assure you, Pakistan is pretty quick in a straight line, and they will not give way unnecessarily. Though under wave blue flags, they are required to.
So here they can start to overtake us. Yep, over the line. Now he can overtake, and he goes straight down the inside. New Zealand's not been able to make much advantage out of this, I don't think. Right behind you've got Switzerland, Portugal, Netherlands, Ireland. Ireland's dived down the inside. Has it gained a place on Mexico? Yes, it has. Pakistan doing a good job of keeping out of the way. Oh, but here comes Mexico back to take that position once again. one way then the other between Ireland and Mexico on the restart, and just lost out. Oh no, Ireland's in trouble. Ireland in trouble. He's straight lined the chicane. What's going on? Oh, and he's hit the wall somewhere, and he's caused a big problem to that left rear. He's punctured the tyre, damaged the rim, and Ireland out of this race now, and I think actually Mexico in trouble as well. Yeah, Mexico out.
Adrian Zhao goes out to complete the last 7 laps or 5.5 minutes of this race.
Oh, that's fantastic, and I'll tell you what, that's a brilliant effort by the team. There was a lot of damage to that car, and it's nice to see the response from the fans, and also they're lapping up this particular battle here. This is great fun. I love this battle between Narain Karthikeyan and Alex Young, and look how close the yellow car of Malaysia is, tucked in behind the Indian car, and they're going to go side by side down the main straight here, heading down towards turn 9.
He's got the position, but Karthikeyan slides it under well, the pair of them gave themselves wriggle room, but just about, and I thought that maybe...
Oh, Robbie Kerr still
slides it through, yes, through turn 7. The gap had gone over a second. Now it's back to what it is, still over a second, 1.2 seconds.
India has stopped at the side of the track. Narain Karthikeyan is not going any further. What a shame after such a great race he's been involved in throughout the afternoon. Here comes Germany. He set the fastest lap in both races. He has dominated both races, and victory for the second time today goes to Team Germany here at Durban. Second place goes to Great Britain, and third position to New Zealand. Great Britain up from 9th on the grid, and South Africa finishing the race. They actually got fastest lap on that last lap. Not quite the fastest lap of the day, but a great effort nonetheless by the whole crew and by Adrian Zhao to finish the race. Germany celebrating then. It's another double win for Team Germany. Again, they remain unbeaten in 2007. Pakistan down there, they finished in 10th place. Well done to Nur Ali.
Got to give a shout out to the guys as well. They kept me focused, and it means a lot to me. And of course, this was for Pakistan. As you know, this was a last-minute program altogether. I was recalled back, but thank God we finished in the points. It feels really good to be up again in the top 10.
So Nico Hulkenberg's got that winning feeling once again, and they are heading closer and closer towards the title. New Zealand battled hard. They finished in 3rd place. The trophy, though, goes to Germany.
Thanks to the team, the car was just great. Yeah, what can I say? 3 perfect weekends in a row. It's just perfect. It makes us very happy and even more motivated.
So Germany shows they can do it on a street race and on a normal race circuit as well. Great Britain, though, fighting up to 2nd place there from a low position on the grid. New Zealand 3rd, Switzerland 4th, and Portugal a great 5th on their return to the series. Ahead of the Netherlands, Brazil, Malaysia, India, classified 9th despite not finishing, and Pakistan classified 10th, their first point of this current season of A1GP. So in the points, it means that Germany now leads by some 30 from New Zealand. France in 3rd place ahead of Great Britain, and then Switzerland just 1 point further back, and look how close the Netherlands are too. 7th place for Malaysia, despite those 2 wins in the Czech Republic earlier in the season. 8th place for Mexico. Now, they led the standings very early on, but they haven't had much to shout about recently. 9th place for Italy, race winner in Beijing. And 10th position for Canada. Well, they started the season pretty strongly, but things haven't been quite so good recently for them either. The Czech Republic in 11th, ahead of the United States. China had that podium finish in Australia, but they lie in 13th place in the points. They're ahead of Australia and South Africa. Brazil in 16th place. Portugal popped up straight into 17th place, ahead of India, Singapore and Ireland. Ireland's season certainly has been somewhat disappointing so far, but Pakistan picked up the 1 point in South Africa, so that puts them ahead of Greece and Lebanon.
Overtaking is what the drivers love to do and the spectators want to see. This weekend, A1GP visits a track with the longest and widest start-finish straight on the calendar. A 1 kilometre blast between the walls leading down to the first corner. A perfect place for the kind of passing that A1GP has become famous for. But what exactly is the science of overtaking?
Team Australia in the hole in the air created by Lebanon, and he's using it to the maximum. He's going past perfect.
Once in the slipstream, the move can be completed in different ways.
Canada under its pressure.
South Africa
trying to go around the outside here. John, what a move by Alan van der Merwe. Goes around the outside of Canada. Can he hold it? Yeah, pretty good. Britain's going to go down the inside. Robbie Kerr late on the brake, slithers, slides, turns in. Oh, that's a great move by Robbie Kerr.
And whilst Team Indonesia's Ananda Mikula demonstrates the right way to do it,
Indonesia diving down the inside of Australia, and that was for position, that was for 5th place.
he also shows how not to.
Ananda Mikula going down the inside, he's trying to do both of them, he's braked too late, and he's off.
Overtaking in a slow corner is often associated with an aggressive positioning of the car to steal the line.
Canada leading, Malaysia going for the inside and taking aggressively that piece of ground. Canada trying to turn in, can't make it.
Sometimes the contact is light enough to allow both cars to continue.
Canada slides, Great Britain on the inside, hits the Czech Republic, but they still continue.
A1GP's unique power boost adds an extra spice to the mix, and when it all comes together, the results are spectacular.
China's going for it, trying to take 3rd place from the Netherlands. Will he go round the outside at turn 1? What a manoeuvre by Ho Bin Tung of China. Now we've arrived in one of the biggest cities in the world, Mexico's capital, full of the flavour of indigenous culture and ancient Aztec heritage, but also a thriving, bustling hub of humanity, home to 20 million people, fiercely proud of their way of life, and, so it seems, always on the move. The nation on the move in qualifying was Malaysia, surprising everybody with their sheer pace. But there were some other surprises on the grid, most notably New Zealand, qualifying all the way back in 14th with no specific problems, but it wasn't going to be an easy start for them. We're waiting now for them all to take position, watch for the lights to go out, and the race will be underway. Away we go. Malaysia makes a breathtaking start. Great Britain's up into 2nd place. Germany is squeezed. Oh, we've got a spin.
Brazil's hit Germany. Brazil got tipped from behind and has hit Germany. Cars all over the place as we come down into turn 1. I thought there would be an incident, but not here. Literally, 400 metres after the start of the race. That's actually spread the field out.
Yeah, safety car, no surprise. Malaysia leads from Great Britain, France, Portugal. South Africa has come up to 5th with Australia in 6th.
That was Brazil. They had a great start. Somebody tipped the back of Brazil. I can't say
Mexico, I think.
Might well have been Mexico. In fact, that did. There's Mexico going left to right. There's the Brazil car. And when is the contact going to come? There it is. Mexico straight into Germany. So Salvador Duran is totally responsible for that incident, in my opinion.
He was sandwiched, wasn't he? There was a car on either side. I guess he should have backed off a bit.
Well, that's the point. Who's going to give up first? But there you can see. Oh, look at that. I mean, that was straight over. I think that was Perret, but straight over that.
So problems for Christian Vittoris, a shame for the German driver, deputising for Nico Hülkenberg at this race. Mexico's car being sent on its way once again, but a real shame for the home nation, and it looks like it's all over for Brazil. Well, the safety car was not called, in fact, so Malaysia still leading this race from Great Britain in 2nd position. Oliver Jarvis driving for the British team here this weekend, but Malaysia making the most of that excellent start from pole position. We've got Portugal, who ran over some of the debris. All France running very wide. Big mistake from the youngster Jean-Carl Vernet, and he gets back onto the tarmac, but only just by the looks of things. France still in there. Oh, he's gone too wide. South Africa's tried to make the move, hasn't worked. Now he's lost the place to Australia.
Well, he just dived back in. He just took back what he'd lost. Look, diving down the inside. You cannot go offline. Team USA trying to get up the inside, and we've got China now trying to get involved in the act as well.
Now look at this lot.
3 cars trying to get into 1, into turn 1. They all fall into line. They get through it cleanly.
In the pits, Portugal, they've had to come in. I think they had a puncture there, possibly as a result of running over debris. They were caught up in that first lap. Chaos, if you remember, of course. So that may have hit Alvaro Parenti. On board with Team Netherlands, tucked in behind the New Zealand car through this dauntingly fast final corner along the pit straight. And Netherlands versus New Zealand, this is tight. But New Zealand in trouble, something's wrong.
I don't know why Johnny Reid's having a problem locking up. He's on the clean side of the track.
He must have a
puncture.
puncture.
He may have a puncture indeed.
New Zealand trying to limp their way back to pits.
Ironically, the problems that we saw at the start of this race all came very much towards the front of the grid rather than the middle or the tail where it normally. Look at Somerton using the pit lane entrance to try and maximise the grip and speed off that. Push the button, he's on it right now.
So he's on power boost. Can he get a little bit more performance from the car and challenge for 4th in the whole? Zaug is going to cover the inside. Sensible driving from South Africa. So USA still trying to find their way past. Team Malaysia are coming into Pitaltada for the final time in the sprint race here in Mexico City, and the victory is going to go to Alex Young, to Team Malaysia. A beautifully driven race after a superb qualifying session yesterday. Great Britain takes second place, having started third and having avoided the incident at the start of this race, and third place goes to the man making his debut in A1GP for Australia, Ian Dyke. So Australia scoring points for the first time in this second half of the A1 season. The happy and relaxed looking Alex Young, not so relaxed Ian Dyke. He seems to be limping. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Needing a bit of help from Oliver Jarvis to take his place on the podium, but the smile is as big as ever, and this is certainly a great result for Oliver Jarvis too. Only the second time he's raced for Great Britain, and he's come home here with a second place in the sprint race and still the feature to go. So Malaysia enjoy their third win of the season ahead of Great Britain and Australia. South Africa a strong fourth, and Jonathan Somerton for the USA in fifth. China took sixth place with Ho Pin Tung. Italy seventh ahead of Indonesia, the Netherlands and Switzerland. And Mexico got fastest lap, but of course were involved in that earlier incident. Getting ready for the feature race now, and I just wonder how Mexico's going to perform this time. Let's hope they can stay out of trouble. This is how they all line up on the grid as they finished the sprint race, of course, and the top 10 will score this time. India's just outside the top 10 on the starting grid. Portugal back in 14th as a result of that puncture earlier. Mexico starting 17th. Germany with even more to do from 21st position. Now we focus on the lights as we prepare for the feature race to get underway here in Mexico. The lights go out. It's a great start for Great Britain. Malaysia wheel spin, and USA moving up into second place.
And that was Malaysia getting bogged down a second time. China going down the outside. Cars 5 abreast coming down the straight into turn 1.
Australia trying to come back on the inside as well. Great Britain's got a big lead here down into turn 1. USA in second. China and the Netherlands together going into turn 1. Side by side, we're on board with Germany right at the back of the field.
And somehow or other, everybody got through. No damage to France, damage to the French car. And there is the end of the race for France for the second race. Zag marginally ahead, and Blakeman wisely pulls it behind, picks up the slipstream. Does he get on the bar boost button?
Italy trying to get past China. Italy going round the inside into turn 1. Enrico Toccacciola, oh, that's a good move. China trying to come back, he can't do it.
Experience from the Italian, and the Chinaman could not do anything about it.
In the pits, France having that nose cone replaced after the damage, and it's not proving to be a very good day for Jean-Carl Vernet. It is proving to be pretty good at the moment for Oliver Jarvis, leading for Great Britain. United States well up there as well, and poor old Malaysia made that rather poor start. Not really in the game. Portugal versus Mexico. This is a very close encounter. Salvador Duran desperate to regain some honour here this weekend for his home fans, but it's proving to be a little bit of an effort for him.
Portugal comes out, gets almost a year alongside, side by side. He's being squeezed by Mexico. There's the Dutch car ahead, so they're going to find a way past that as well. It's going slowly.
Yeah, the Dutch car, I don't know what happened there, almost 3 abreast, weren't they?
I don't know what happened to the Netherlands. They suddenly came into play where previously they weren't.
So, and maybe a slight problem. Let's keep an eye on the Dutch car. Looking back from it now and just see if it all stays good onto the dusty part of the track. Portugal on Netherlands here, trying to go around the outside.
Locks it up on the inside, but you're going to carry a lot of speed into turn 1.
Alvaro Parente certainly performing well. Let's just take a look at Brazil down the inside of India, but he's got it all wrong. Gets it all crossed up. Where's India? He didn't hit him. I think India must have ended up on the grass. Now, look at this. Team USA is now the leader of this race because the race leader that is into the pits. That's Oliver Jarvis for Great Britain. He's putting a brand new set of tyres on the car here. So Great Britain should be in good shape once everybody's made their stop, because that was very, very fast. Malaysia also going for an earlier stop. Ooh, a little bit of a stutter, but now he gets away cleanly. And look at Mikkola. He's looking in his mirrors all the time. He's barely looking at the track ahead. He's just watching that left-hand mirror to see where the German car is.
Germany pulls out, finding a way past Indonesia. Is he far enough here? Yes, he's done it finally.
Yeah, good pass by Christian Vittoris.
Look at this.
Mexico passing the Czech Republic at the same time. Well, that's good stuff from Salvador Duran. And look, Team China's joined in behind them.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because that delay in the pit stop has put China behind 4 cars. Somerton and America in, but stay careful, don't overrun that outside of those 2 lines coming into the pit lane.
Well, what a moment this is for Team USA, leading the race for the youngster, Jonathan Somerton. But now we'll wait to see what happens. Portugal will take the lead because Portugal has not yet come into the pits, and we'll wait to see whether it is going to be Great Britain through next. You're watching GBR currently. How quickly can USA turn the car around? New sponsorship on the car this weekend as well. The pressure is on the team. Here comes Oliver Jarvis, though, down the pit straight. It's going to be a fairly clear-cut decision. USA comes out behind.
Mexico's back in again.
Yeah, they've already stopped.
I don't know whether he's trying to indicate the engineers working around the back of the car and the disappointment in the eyes of Salvador Duran. Judging by the body language of Salvador Duran, something was clearly not letting the engine perform correctly.
Oh, side by side onto the straight, Portugal and Malaysia, absolutely side by side. The Malaysian car, there it is. Look how close they are.
But Malaysia pulled that advantage back. They've now got Lebanon. They're going to lap Lebanon as they come down the straight. They're both New Zealand on power boost. Portugal's got nothing left. Malaysia's got it there. So that's the weakness that Portugal's had. They've used all their power boost.
Putting the pressure on for 5th, and they're side by side through Peraltana.
Almost around the outside. Look at New Zealand. I told you, New Zealand's going to be the car. They've now got Pakistan coming into play. Johnny Reid pulls out, gets alongside. Portugal, can he hold it? Malaysia now goes out past Pakistan. There's a block going on from Portugal and New Zealand into turn 1.
New Zealand still on the inside, trying to take the place away from Portugal. And Johnny Reid slides down the inside, locks the wheel. But that's great, but he's maybe got a bit wide on the exit. Can he get it in? Yes, he can. So he keeps it tidy and secures the place. He'll be pleased. This is India and Brazil again. India trying to get back down the inside. Karthikeyan makes the move on Junqueira, but he runs a touch wide. Junqueira can't get back at him. Well, just keep an eye on Junqueira because I'm sure he's not given up on this one as yet. And in fact, he is pulling alongside, although that looks to me as though India could be in trouble. He's not fighting it at all.
I think we're seeing USA is closing that gap 2.2 seconds as they came across start-finish line on this, the 41st lap of 45 laps. So it is going to be a tighter finish than we had anticipated mid-distance. There's the look in the face. Robbie Kerr, who's been the incumbent, I don't know whether that's a look of angst or Robbie Kerr's just sort of thinking, please let our car win.
Rick Weininger looking somewhat grim as he just urges Jonathan Somerton on to see whether they can pressurise for USA's first win. What a performance this is from Team GBR on the track that Jim Clark won the first ever Mexican Grand Prix back in 1963. On the track where team principal John Surtees took his World Championship win in 1964 and won again here in 1966. It's going to be the first ever win for Team GBR in A1GP World Cup of Motorsport. Oliver Jarvis takes victory for Great Britain. The USA has a fantastic run to take second place.
First win for the team, and them boys have really deserved it. They've worked so hard, so I'm delighted to finally get that for them. The race itself, well, got a cracking start and managed to control the pace early on. We put it early so we could get the benefit of the new tyres, and I knew the moment I come out the pits I had to push to build a gap. But towards the end of the race, Jonathan was pushing hard, but I just maintained a comfortable gap and brought the car home.
Behind Great Britain and the United States, South Africa scored their first podium since their victory at Zandvoort at the start of the season. 4th place went to Italy, 5th to Malaysia, but only 6th place for Johnny Reid of New Zealand. It's been a tough weekend for them. They finished ahead of Portugal, Australia, Germany and China. We've travelled around the world again to another huge city on the southeast coast of China. Shanghai is the commercial hub of this huge country, rich in heritage and culture, but bustling with enterprise and reaching to the sky, the architectural triumphs embodying the energy of its people.
Eight months ago, battle commenced. This weekend is the start of the showdown. It's Germany versus New Zealand.
A1GP in New Zealand is a big deal. You know, it's the biggest form of motorsport there now, so to be here and to be competing has been great.
I'm racing until I'm 5 in the German championships, and now I'm racing in the international championship for Germany, and that's a great thing.
That would mean a lot. I mean, to win championships is always a great thing, and yeah, we're hoping that we could do it.
We have a lot of support back in New Zealand, so from that aspect it would mean a lot to win the championship and win races this weekend.
But which nation will take home the World Cup?
Great Britain lines up on pole in Shanghai ahead of New Zealand, USA and then Germany. India's had a great run to qualify in 5th, but further back, Brazil's down in 15th place, just behind the Netherlands, and also a long way down. Australia, only 21st position. The red lights are on. We wait for the sprint race in Shanghai to get underway, and away goes Robbie Kerr, and he's made a very good start. New Zealand slots into 2nd place. Germany is in the middle of the group there. Malaysia's made a great start, and so has Switzerland. Germany's going to battle to try and get back into 4th place, which it does.
Italy ran wide, but a good start from Team GBR and New Zealand. Both were on power boosts, so both were alert to the benefits of using it. Everybody has managed to get through 1, 2 and 3 cleanly. Now watch through 4 and 5.
Malaysia managed to nip past India there as well. Malaysia up into 6th place, having started 8th. Good start, but here's Germany on the inside of USA trying to get past, and Nico Hülkenberg trying to nip past Jonathan Somerton. Hasn't completed it yet, but he's still trying and he can't quite make it. You're riding on board Team Germany. He's on the power boost, but USA is not on the power boost. This is surely a chance for Nico Hülkenberg to take 3rd place. He moves over to the inside. Now he's got to complete it under braking. The leader's still Great Britain from New Zealand, but it's Germany now up into 3rd. Robbie Kerr has got his mirrors full, and Johnny Reid is going to apply the pressure. I don't think he's going to take a big gamble to get past, but what he's going to do is nail the pressure. Switzerland on USA, almost contact. Switzerland takes 4th, USA back to 5th. Sebastian Buemi driving well for Team Switzerland, but now watch Alex Young in the yellow and white car for Team Malaysia. He's a hard racer as well. USA going to the outside. That could be a mistake. Malaysia trying to go around the outside of both of them. Can't quite make it. Netherlands on Italy here. This is for position for 11th place. The youngster, Renger van der Zande, makes a lovely move on Enrico Toccocello. Now we can see what happened to France and Canada here. Oh, that's what the reason was. France on the inside made contact with the back of the Canadian machine and damage done. There's one more corner to go for Robbie Kerr, who was a leader at the first ever event at Brands Hatch when the battery broke and it put him out of a potential winning situation. Finally, it comes good for Robbie Kerr. He wins in A1GP. A very, very special moment for Robbie.
We did it all the hard work yesterday, getting on P1, and then just got to keep it steady throughout the race, and that's what we did. Nice, consistent pace, and finally, we've got one.
So the result of the sprint race in Shanghai, Great Britain ahead of New Zealand and Germany getting ever so close to taking the title now. Switzerland in 4th place, the United States in 5th, followed by Malaysia, India and South Africa in 8th place. Renger van der Zande was 9th for the Netherlands and Enrico Toccocello 10th for Italy. The grid for the feature race then is as they finished that sprint race. So that means that India's in with a shout at getting some good points here. China just outside a potential points scoring position. Ireland moved up well in the sprint race. They will start this one in 12th. Let's see if they can gain some points. France and Canada are at the back.
先生们，为了国家的荣誉，请你们发动引擎。Gentlemen, for the pride of your nation, start your engines.
Lights go out and the feature race in Shanghai is underway, and Great Britain and New Zealand away pretty evenly and on the power boost. Both cars on that power boost, but it's Great Britain that takes the advantage into the first corner. Germany slotting into 3rd place behind New Zealand. South Africa going quite wide. Oh, we got problems. Mexico and South Africa as well, taking the front wing off. That's Alan van der Merwe on the grass. I think there may have been contact with India, and he's not going to come back very easily from that one. So the rest of them are through the first couple of corners. Great Britain leading from New Zealand in 2nd place, but New Zealand getting ever so close now on the run into that first turn. Robbie Kerr doing his utmost to defend the position, and again a mistake there from Kerr. He runs a bit wide over the edge, but somehow he stays in front of the Black Beauty of New Zealand. Germany protecting 3rd place from USA. Look further. And looking up, that's Malaysia. Alex Young's got off. And, well, he's never going to come back from there, surely. So that's a potential loss of points. And Canada down the inside of China, protecting their position from France as well. And now Indonesia on the inside, trying to get past Richard Lyons. Oh, it's going to be a tight squeeze here. Bumps over the curb, still virtually side by side, but Ireland hold on to the place. Germany in from third position, looking for a fast pit stop, obviously, to get themselves back out and put them in the hunt for the race win here, if possible. Now, let's see what happened a moment ago. China went off, down at the hairpin.
Yes, there was an error from Frankie Changes in a bunch of 4 cars all fighting for track position. We did see that Sean McIntosh from Canada had been trying to get past.
Great Britain in the pits from the lead of this race then. New Zealand have stayed out there. Are they going to retain that lead after New Zealand's made the stop? This is a crucial time. They had a good stop. He's come out well ahead of Germany. Germany was third before the pit stops started, so from that point of view, Great Britain has done well. The battle is on with New Zealand, and New Zealand now into the pits. So will they get the Black Beauty out ahead of the British car? Robbie Kerr rounds the hairpin. He's coming up towards the pit straight now. The work continues on the New Zealand car. It's going to be a close run thing. New Zealand on the speed limiter down the pit lane, still on the speed limiter. Here comes Great Britain. It looks as though Great Britain's done enough to stay in front. Robbie Kerr is still in front for Great Britain, New Zealand in second, and Germany third. The same top 3 as it was before the pit stop started to be made. But look at this. He's getting closer. Johnny Reid is on the attack.
But look again, under the rear wing, power boost from New Zealand, trying to get alongside. Can he get alongside GBR into turn 1? He's side by side into the corner.
Oh, this is a great race for the leaders. Still side by side. Robbie Kerr gets sideways on the turns, and New Zealand through. New Zealand takes the lead, and that was a great pass by Johnny Reid. This is for position 2. India under pressure now from Canada. Canada going for 7th place. Sean McIntosh with a move. Can he hold it down the inside? Yes, he can. And the Raikkonen could do nothing about it. India's dropped another position. Now, Ananda Mikkola. Is it going to be a clean run down to the hairpin here? Mikkola's going to go for it. Is he down the inside? He is going to make the move. He's a bit overshot. Oh, and India loses another place. France. Now, France is going to get past Indonesia.
What a great bit of opportunistic driving. And look at Jean-Carl Vernet, very aggressive.
On board with China, and oh, look on the left there. There's the car off. So which one was that? I think it's the United States that's gone off, and that is a real blow for Team USA. Yes, it is. It is. It's Jonathan Somerton who's out.
Now watch, well, there's Germany. Now what happened there? Well, we just saw the tail end of it. I suspect coming out of turn 5, he rode the curbs too aggressively, and suddenly the car spun, but he's gone along. There he is over the curb. Watch what happens here. This is where the cause of the back end steps, and he probably put the wheel on the gravel on the very outside of that curb, and that's just simply a self-induced injury by a young driver who was driving the wheels off his car.
Desperately disappointing for Jonathan Somerton, but look at this, we've got a battle on for second on the power boost. It's Germany chasing after Great Britain, and he's going to move to the outside. Good opportunity for Germany to take second place from Great Britain, but he's forced to go around the outside this time. Great Britain holding the inside line. This is going to be hard for Germany, and he can't do it. Look, he runs out of grip, runs out of space, and he's pushed back into third place resolutely by Robbie Kerr. New Zealand still have the advantage here. Great Britain in second, Germany fighting, but still in third. And here's Switzerland. Switzerland diving up the inside, further back as well. China and Malaysia, look, where's China going? Off on the grass, everybody trying to get past. Portugal does make it through, and still China under threat now from Lebanon. Good drive this from Lebanon. They had a drive-through penalty earlier, but they've been putting in quick laps, and now they're putting the pressure on the host nation, and Kong Fu Chen can't keep them back, and Brazil may also be able to slip through on the inside. Here comes Switzerland still attacking France. Is he going to go for it down the inside? Oh, France makes the mistake under braking that Buemi was looking for, but he may still be able to cut back on the outside.
And he's repeated the treatment he gave to Indonesia earlier in the race.
That was good stuff. But it's New Zealand who's going to take victory here in the feature race in Shanghai. Second place goes to Great Britain, and third place goes to Germany. And with that, Germany wraps up the World Cup of Motorsport. So New Zealand win the race, but the title goes to Germany. Now let's see what happened to India on that last lap. Gets on the, something broke, I'm sure something broke there, and it just pitches him into the wall. Nasty looking accident for Narain Karthikeyan, but he is okay. New Zealand wins then. The feature race in Shanghai goes to Johnny Reid, second place to GBR, but the title to Germany.
Yeah, I mean, winning championships is always a great thing. It always means a lot to a racing driver. That's what we're working for, and so of course, we are very happy to have the championship now, but on the other hand, I'm a bit sad because I would have liked to do it with another win.
So New Zealand, the winner, ahead of Great Britain and Germany, but just behind Renger van der Zande did a fantastic job for the Netherlands with 4th position. And Richard Lyons for Ireland scores the team's best result of this second season of A1GP. Canada in 6th place, thanks to Sean McIntosh. Italy 7th. France in 8th, a rather eventful day for Team France. Switzerland 9th, and the Czech Republic took the final point in 10th. And so to the United Kingdom for the final act of this worldwide piece of theatre. Not far from the capital's blend of old and new, history and financial strength, we've travelled out to Kent, the Garden of England, which provides the scenic backdrop to the last instalment of the current season of A1GP. And Great Britain's taken pole for its home event. Good effort by Italy to qualify in 4th position, but New Zealand back in 9th with Matt Halliday taking up the honours this weekend. USA 11th on the grid, Australia in 18th position, Indonesia 20th, and Mexico in 21st with a new driver. It's the start of the sprint race at Brands Hatch, and Great Britain makes a good start. Germany aggressively cutting down to hold on to 2nd place from France. And that's the way they head into Paddock Hill Bend. Now, will they get through this corner safely? It's notorious. It often claims victims, but actually, I think they've actually done it safely this time. Malaysia tucked up the inside. Netherlands behind them as they come through Druids. So far, so good. Great Britain leading Germany and then France. Bit of side-by-side action here. New Zealand on the inside, but missing the front wing. There's no front wing on that car. They've made contact somewhere, and the marshal's clearing it away. Let's see what happened. They made contact with Ireland. That's what took the front wing off. Oh, this is disastrous for New Zealand. They're trying to confirm 2nd place in the series. Now they'll drop to the back of the field in this race, and they could be out of the points in the 2nd race as well. And now France off. Oh, back on again, but he's going to be passed by Italy up into 3rd place. Now, something's happened to Pakistan. Let's see what happened here. Came up the hill into Druids on the brake somewhere. Oh, and I wondered what had happened, but that's very weird.
Yes, indeed. It looked like he got one brake grabbing more than the other, and the car turned pretty much left into the barrier. Sebastian Buemi, who was coming off the back of a success in Formula 3 last weekend.
Look at
he's
this,
going down the inside.
Fantastic side-by-side stuff. There's a touch. There's another touch. They're off into the gravel. My goodness, they were so fortunate.
And damage to Switzerland's left front. South Africa has survived. Switzerland is out. And I've never seen 2 single-seater cars go round Paddock Hill Bend. Wheels interlocked. Inevitably, there was contact.
Oh, and we got someone else off. That's Lebanon. Going off up at Sheen Curve, Alam Koder into the gravel. But out of the final corner, here comes Great Britain to record the first time that the host nation has won on home soil. Robbie Kerr's done it in front of his home fans. Germany takes 2nd position. Good run from Hulkenberg, but he couldn't match the pace of Robbie Kerr this time. And Italy takes 3rd position. Oh, that's got to mean a lot to Robbie Kerr.
It's absolutely fantastic, and it's great to do it in front of the British public. You know, I've been supportive all the way through the weekend, and they've come out and they're massives today, and it's been great support. Plenty of red, white and blue in the crowd, and now we've just got to go out and do it again in the future.
Behind Great Britain, Germany 2nd and Italy 3rd. France held on to 4th despite that mistake early on in the race. Malaysia's Alex Young was 5th ahead of the Netherlands in 6th place. And India, Naren Karthikeyan, brought the car home 7th. Ireland in 8th place, USA in 9th, and Canada finished in 10th. Great Britain not only won, they also got fastest lap. Now the feature race starts as the sprint race finished. Now that means problems for New Zealand. They're not in a point scoring position currently. All the way down the grid in 16th place, Matt Halliday has to work his way nearer the front to make sure of 2nd in the championship. We're all set for the final feature race of the 2nd season of A1GP. Welcome to Motorsport. We get underway, and it's a good start from Germany. Germany going side by side with Team GBR into Paddock Hill Bend. Oh, this is going to be a close battle. Germany going around the outside. Robbie Kerr on the inside. They're still side by side. Germany trying to shut the door. Can he do it? Now he's got to go around the outside of the hairpin, and if he does that, he might have the inside line for Graham Hill Bend. They're still side by side. Germany now just takes the lead. Robbie Kerr will try and cut back on the exit, but Germany shuts the door and Germany leads.
Well, I think there's power boost being used already by both big. Then a block-up or a blow-up from Italy in 3rd place. but Robbie Kerr had the chance to take that position back because Nico Hülkenberg went wide in paddock bend. I think he was giving room to Team GBR, but again, as they plunged down into Hawthorne, a cloud of dust is kicked up on the exit of Surtees at the top of the picture.
So Germany with that initial advantage, then fighting for it through all the additional corners. Off though. Oh, that's a big accident for Team Australia. Oh, look at the replay. He went off very, very quickly indeed. And that's Ian Dyke. Let's see from the view from on board the New Zealand car. He clashed with the Czech car and slammed into the barrier. Oh, and that's good news. Ian Dyke getting out of the car. It appears as though he's unhurt, probably a bit shaken from that, but he steps away. Back with the race leader, it's Germany in front of Great Britain in second place, Italy in third, then it's Malaysia under attack from the Netherlands, and the Netherlands on power boost as they come down towards Paddock Hill Bend. There's not quite enough space to use it, so he has to settle in position, and the top two beginning to break away from everyone else, and into the pits comes the race leader, Team Germany. Now Robbie Kerr's got to get the hammer down, now he's got to set the fastest laps he can, and we've got more drama. Brazil has crashed. Brazil has crashed. Surely Great Britain have to come in. Yes, they've got to come in at this stage. Now, where will they come back out? That's the crucial thing.
The car comes off the jacks. Now we wait to see. 29.3 was the time. 29.7, 31, 29.7. He's been credited.
Germany's just gets in front of him. Look, he's just in front as he comes out of the pits. Germany has effectively retaken the lead, although Italy leads the race because Italy has yet to make its pit stop. So that could be the move of the race. Let's see what happens once everybody else has stopped as well. But that was such a close run thing. Safety car has been called. The safety car's been called. Now, did Italy get into the pits before it was called? They may just have made it. Italy now heading back out of the pits, having made that stop. This has certainly helped them that they were able to get in if it was within the rules. They come out just ahead of the Netherlands, and the safety car's disappeared. Now, the race being led by Ireland. Germany there just slipping past Indonesia with Great Britain close behind, but Ireland leads Portugal and Switzerland. Indonesia is now not in fourth any longer because Germany and now Great Britain have got past, but the top three cars have yet to make their pit stops. So of the cars that have stopped, it's still very much about Germany versus Great Britain here. New Zealand on the move here. Crucial move for Matt Halliday. He's got past Alex Young of Malaysia. Back to the battle, Germany versus Great Britain. Could be an opportunity here. Great Britain goes up the inside. Oh, there was almost contact. Great control again from both Germany and Great Britain.
Well, Germany saw it. They saw the lock-up. Robbie Kerr fully committed. Front wheels locked, diving towards the inside of the corner. Again, Germany gave room for Team GBR, allowed them to survive. Now Team GBR forced to try and do the long way around Surtees, and that is not possible. But Robbie Kerr right under the rear wing of Team GBR as Germany is looking to find a way around Switzerland.
Watch the power boost. It's Germany on the power boost this time to protect his position and also challenge Switzerland. Wonderful racing here around the dips and curves of Brands Hatch, and Robbie Kerr trying to get alongside. He's got alongside into Westfield. What a manoeuvre, but he runs wide.
He runs a wheel off at the exit of Westfield. Germany comes back. He did all the good work out of Hawthorne and then drops it, runs over the curb and Sheen curve, and these two drivers are driving literally the wheels off their car.
Meanwhile, New Zealand still desperate to gain some more places. Oh, look, there's the battle going on up ahead, and France has managed to get past Canada. That was a good move from Duval.
And New Zealand about to do the same thing. Sean McIntosh almost getting caught now. Power boost has got to be used by... That's Sean McIntosh. That, I think, will be an issue with the steward.
New Zealand still with a chance, though, despite Canada moving around a lot. And here comes Matt Halliday. He's got alongside Canada. A crucial manoeuvre there. And Johnny Reid knows it. He knows how important that is. The whole team knows how important that is. That could be enough for second place in the World Cup of Motorsport. Oh, and Ireland's gone off. Richard Lyons gets very sideways. That has cost him a position to Switzerland. And it does look as though the nation that has won the World Cup this year is going to take the final win.
Well, Robbie Kerr is still pushing. There's not an awful lot. He's got the short straight down to Clearways, and unless Germany get it all wrong in the exit of Clearways, this is going to be a victory for Germany.
Team Germany is going to take the final win of the A1GP season. They've taken the title. They take the win here at Brands Hatch. They beat Great Britain into second place, but what a drive from Robbie Kerr. He fought every inch of the way there. Italy comes through to finish in third position. Fourth place to India, just off the podium. Behind them, the Netherlands and USA, and New Zealand. New Zealand does enough by finishing 8th to wrap up second place in the World Cup of Motorsport. That was a tense race from their point of view. Celebration time for Germany, for Nico Hülkenberg. He wrapped up the title last time. Now he's taken a brilliant victory at the last race.
I had a very good start, and then we went sideways into turn 2, but I thought I'm not going to give up. I want to win, and we are champion already, so I didn't have to lose anything.
Well, congratulations, Nico. A fantastic drive. Robbie, I mean, really, you had the pace to win the race. You lost the lead at the start, and you tried everything. You did more than everything to get past.
Yeah, Nico defended really well. He was quick in the right places for his car. We could pull him in, but unfortunately, as soon as we got close, we lost front end downforce, and so unfortunately, we weren't able to make a move that stuck.
The last race result of the season, Germany, Great Britain and Italy, with India only just off the podium. Noreen Carter-Cairn scoring their best finish to date. The Netherlands finished in 5th place, the United States in 6th. They've been consistent in the latter part of the year. France finished in 7th, New Zealand that crucial 8th place for Matt Halliday that gave them 2nd in the points. And this is the final table for the season. Germany, the champions by quite a long way, but look how close it was for 2nd place. Just 1 point separating New Zealand and Great Britain. There were 8 different nations that took at least 1 victory in this 2nd season of A1GP, showing just how open it was. But one of the nations that didn't win was France, dominant in the 1st season, but they finished 4th this time, ahead of the Netherlands and Malaysia. Italy finished in 7th, they had a victory. Switzerland, also 1 win, they finished in 8th place. And the United States, surely their first win, not far off, they finished in 9th. Canada, just outside the top 10. Czech Republic in 12th place. Australia had several podium finishes, but not really the consistency. 1 victory to South Africa, but again, not really the consistency they would have liked. They finished ahead of China and India. The emerging nations, however, improving hugely in this 2nd season of A1. Portugal and Brazil were behind. Ireland were disappointing, further down the order, much further down in this 2nd season than they had been in season 1. Singapore scored some points. Indonesia scored just 1 point, and that was at the first meeting at Zandvoort. Pakistan also scored 1 point. Greece only did a few races. Lebanon, a consistent finisher, but yet to score their first points. The final event was the awards gala in London, where special guest Michael Schumacher was welcomed by A1GP chairman Tony Teixeira and joined in the celebrations of Germany's success in winning the World Cup of Motorsport.
What a fantastic season of A1GP we've had. Although the racing takes a break, we will still bring you all the news. You can catch up with your favourite drivers on www.a1gp.com. We will be back racing at Zandvoort on the 30th of September. I hope you can join us then.
Spinning in the pit lane, would you believe it?